What up, what up? It's your boy C. Diddy.
And I'm Matt Makes Me Sick.
Here for a special year-end edition of the realest podcast ever. That sound you hear in the background is the sweet sound of me pouring coquito.
Yeah, Chad's tripping.
For those of you who don't know, coquito is the best drink ever.
Why are you putting that much in the cup?
It's basically like Spanish eggnog. We're going to be here a while.
I just wanted a little bit.
Nah, you don't have a choice. I'm saying. It's a little bit left.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
My man.
Cheers.
Oh, man, blessings.
We are back. We were off for like 2 weeks or something like that.
Oh, yeah, we took a good 16 days off, something like that.
Good 16 days off. And
Here that is good.
Here I told you it's amazing.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, shout out to my homegirl Misha. She made the coquito. She made me one last year. The shit was too strong. I'm just like, yo, as soon as I opened it, I could just smell the rum like punch me in the face. I didn't know if I was like in the Caribbean, like I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, yo, next year when you make this damn coquito, don't make it so motherfucking strong, please.
Yeah,
Por favor.
good.
And now
Jesus.
it's perfect. She got it right.
Oh, man.
And I don't even drink like that no more. This shit is amazing.
Yeah, I've been drunk in months. This shit is fantastic. I've been drunk since Ayo made us drink. You figure how long ago was that?
That was like
Months.
episode
5.
8.
Yeah, real shit. Like, I ain't drunk in months.
Yeah, that was mad long ago.
Oh, man, we're in this special, I guess you call it off green.
We're in the Slimer / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle studio over here at Wildfire, which will this will be our new home starting today.
Well, not this one.
Well, not this one per se, but
Why?
the complex.
Well, we in the G League studio.
Right now, we're in the Gatorade League. We're on a
Yeah.
2-way contract. They're going to see if it was going to work out or not.
Yeah. But we got to keep this thing going, man. I didn't realize the power that we have
It was crazy.
in the show. I mean, my DM, Texas, motherfuckers giving their opinions. I'm like, yo, stop. Like, fuck.
I told people straight up, once I seen the reaction that you got on Instagram about the awards, I was like, just leave your fucking votes in the comments. Like, because y'all going to do it anyway. So
Real
it's like,
talk.
at least let me have some control over the process. If I
Yeah.
like just say, hey, just go ahead and drop your votes.
You gonna bid, you gonna argue, all this shit I don't want to do. I got a couple more categories we need to throw in there. We'll
Cool.
do it as long as the show goes on. How have the last 2 weeks been for you since we talked?
It's been busy. I'm finishing up the year. This is basically like promoter season. Like the next 3-4 weeks is like a promoter's dream because literally half of the people are off work. Everybody's home from college and they're just looking for shit to do. So literally, if you just have a semi-decent event at a non-hole in the wall and you just say, hey, why don't you come here? If people see the shit, they're coming. Like last night, fucking Drake night at the Fillmore was crazy.
Drake
like,
performed?
No, they do something called Drake Night at
Oh,
the.
okay, yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Temple
I saw
sponsored
that, I
events.
saw, yeah.
$5 to get in. They play Drake for the last 2 hours of the night or whatever. It's cheap drinks, all that shit. It's like a big ass like Thirsty Thursday on a Wednesday, but it's
Okay.
like it's Drake Night, and it's been going on for like over a year now. And the shit was just like the line was like wrapped around the Fillmore last night. So it's like that is like what's going on right now. So for me, in my other line of work, being a promoter, this is the perfect fucking time of the year because people are not only looking to go out, they're trying to find like what it is. Like, yo, what's going on tonight? Like last night I had 7 people hit me up. Yo, you the party boy, what's going on tonight? I'm like, I'm staying in the house tonight, but go to Drink Night. And that's pretty much where everybody ended up going.
I got a DM the other day from some guy. He was like, yo, man, I really enjoy the show. I love what you be doing. Let me get your opinion because I know you know what's the best spots to hit in the city as far as nightlife. And I'm like, this clearly isn't for me. Like, you're clearly looking for Jed. And I'm like, no, I don't really party. And he was like, well, I mean, you gotta know something. And I'm like, I mean, they be dancing at the casino and shit near the slot machines when I be walking past them.
When I leave the poker room and before I get to my car,
I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't party.
you got the wrong
podcaster.
you got the wrong real one.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you got the wrong podcaster, fam. That's Chad that does that shit. But yeah, the year, looking back on it, it's just been a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You want to talk about our years before we get into these
I'm
awards
down with that.
we're gonna throw out there?
I mean, 2017, it's been like an up and down year. Like I had a lot of success. I made a lot of money, made a lot of strides in terms of like my step forward in terms of like some of the other type of things I want to branch out to and do in the future. I flipped my first house successfully this year. That was a process that y'all basically on air like walked through me with from like the initial closing all the way down to the sale of the house. The project ended up running a little longer than expected, but it sold in record time. Like it literally sold in 48 hours. Then then you got to wait to close on the, so it's like the agreement and then the closing is a whole nother thing. So then the closing took a whole nother 2 months or whatever, but I did get my money. I took some dope vacations. I went to Miami, went to Atlanta, went to LA, went to Houston for my birthday. And I just had like a dope year in terms of that. On the flip side, a lot of tragedy. I lost my best friend Zeke. He passed suddenly July of this year. Basically like exhaustion, heart complications, just, really young, driven guy, and just kind of like worked himself to death, like literally. And it's just crazy because he's somebody that, literally from the first day I met him, just nothing but a good person. Like, yo, I see what you got going on. At the time I was like doing music and all of that, and he's like, yo, whatever you need financially or advice, whatever, you just need somebody to talk to about the shit you got going on, just let me know. I'm here for you. And literally every step of the way from the first day I met the guy, like we was basically inseparable. And he became family to me. He just kind of like suddenly passed in July. That was like a hurt piece. We all know we just lost Camaro Rob recently, so that's another like that was a crazy, like a big one that literally like made took shut down Instagram, made the news, made Philly.com, like literally anywhere you could go, like you couldn't get around that guy. And it's just, a tragic situation, man, that somebody so young, so driven doesn't get to make it to their 30th birthday. And again, he's somebody who was, really kind of like transitioning from, being the party promoter and the hair guy to being like a legitimate businessman and, the good bed situation and the housing stuff and all he was doing. And it's just dope to see that his friends are really, carrying on his legacy and really just, talking about all the positive memories of him and just trying to stay as positive as possible. And, and carrying on with, what he united them for and brought them together to do business-wise. They're pushing forward with it, in his absence. So that's definitely dope.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. 17 was a learning experience. I can't hear anything right now.
I can hear.
I can't hear a goddamn thing, but it don't matter. 17 was a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ups, a lot of downs. I realized this year you're gonna run bad. You know what I'm saying? My poker players know what I'm talking about. It's like that shit is real. It's like I had like 13, 14, 15, even last year. I just was hitting spots where it was just like I can't lose, like to where I'm like I'm quitting. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling him, like I'm getting done with this shit. I'm taking off. I'm going to LA or Vegas and holla back. And I realized this year, like, you can run bad. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a night where I lost 5 figures. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is just crazy.
Yeah.
One of our close friends, I saw him one like weekend, like almost lose 6. Shit. Real talk. I ain't put his name out there, but like that shit is that you can run good and you can run terrible. And I realized that shit. Just like Jay said, I hate, Hove, but
he got a line for everything.
He got a line for everything. You know what I'm saying? The pain, it's what's the line? It's a blessing. Yeah. Appreciate the loss. Pain is a lesson. Appreciate the loss is a blessing. Like that shit is real because it'll really put it in perspective what you doing and where you at. Yeah. And, you can't do certain things, and it's like going forward, man. Like 18, I'm just focusing on the World Series. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like summertime come, shout out Dante. We was rapping the other day. It's like I already know what I'm doing, where I'm going to be, what I'm going for. So we'll see what happens. Just getting more focused with that. I'm eating better again, drinking more water.
Too, man. Big time.
Like just completely, like I said, I just wasn't worried about certain things. You know what I'm saying? The way I had been in the previous, but at the end of it, year was good. You know what I'm saying? I made some dope connections, some dope setups. We're breathing. We got a freezer full of fucking turkeys and salmons and shit. So it is what it is, man. Anything else you want?
Only other thing, I'm in the process now of I'm getting towards the home stretch of trying to like buy my first house. income property or whatever, like a rental unit, something that I'm going to hold on to, hopefully forever. But worst kind of worst, if I don't hold on to it forever, I'll be able to leverage that to start to do some of the other stuff that I want to do. And I'm just trying to be more community involved, more of a positive role model and an outlet for these younger guys that's out here and these young ladies that's out here, man, and just show them that it's other ways to do things rather than dwelling and wallowing in negativity and
all day,
and just just try to be the best version of me is my main goal going forward.
Yeah, hell yeah. So where do you want to start, man? Where do you want to take this thing?
Matt had the brilliant idea a couple weeks ago. He said, "Yo, for our year-end show, we need to do TRPE awards." And it's crazy because I used to have, when I had my blog and all of that, I used to do a year-end award show. I had the Win Awards, and it was basically like for the win. And I would, come up with these obscure categories and, some mainstream categories, but a lot of obscure categories, and just kind of like give people the credit that they deserve for being great and give people the credit more credit they deserve for being fucking stupid. So that's basically like the premise of this award show here. This is Matt's baby. He did an amazing job with it.
Thank you. I was working this week.
He was on some shit, and I filled in as best as I could, giving some additional compliments. But he was, me and this guy have been working together literally on this show for 11 months straight, and we pretty much have a very good idea of how one another is thinking. So a lot of stuff I didn't have to change because he already got it right. So I didn't want to change nothing for the sake of changing it. But we got some amazing categories. We previewed them on social media. So y'all seen them already. People was debating up a storm in our comments on Instagram. Where do you want to start? You want to start on a positive?
I feel like if you ever watch a award show, they start with a big category. Normally it's a recording artist. We don't have any. Who opens the show. Then it's a monologue. And then it's like normally a big category. Best new artist, something like that. I want to start with... where can we go first? Verse of the year.
Okay.
Let's start with that. And we can go into music. Because I added a couple music joints.
Start on a high. All right. So the nominees are Young Thug for We Ball. Takeoff on I Get the Bag, Migos and Gucci. Juicy J, a late write-in vote. A late addition.
Nigga made it the day before the nominees.
Juicy J, the vampire, the legend. No Limit remix. Go listen to that shit right now. Pause the podcast. Go listen to Juicy J verse 10 times and then come back. And then tell me that he don't deserve to be nominated for this motherfucking category. Mace, the Oracle. Talk about coming back from the dead. Holy shit. Who knew, number one, that Mace was still a viable artist? Yeah. He's 10 years removed from the G Unit mixtape. Yeah. Let alone...
Mace got 2 great interviews this year. Like his Rap Radar joint was good, and his
I just listened to his Rap Radar joint the other night.
Angie Martinez joint was phenomenal.
He had the scuba shit on. He had the Cam stop playing lay on. Like yo, Cam, Jimmy, stop playing. I grew up with y'all. I really know y'all for real. And I got some sidebar thoughts on Mace also. Black Thought Funk Flex freestyle just dropped. Loaded Lux Funk Flex freestyle. Me and Matt had talked about this ad nauseum on social media. And Rick Ross, Idols Become Your Rivals verse.
That last verse was like, you felt that. You know what I mean?
Bone chilling shit.
I'm going to say this, man. My pick for that was Rick Ross's Idols Become Your Rivals up until I had heard Lux Freestyle. It was Lux Freestyle up until I really took in what Young Thug's We Ball was. I think Takeoff, I Get the Bag, he ran it. He went away on that joint.
Right.
Young Thug's We Ball just has another energy.
Yeah.
Is he rapping better than Black Thought or Loaded Lux? No. But the energy behind him and the energy in just when he take the break, fuck it, we ball. Like you gotta feel like that's just a good verse. So I don't know. We're gonna come to a consensus and we'll give give a trophy for each of these topics. I'm taking Young Thug We Ball.
I'll say this about the category in general. Verse of the year, you can approach it from a lot of different standpoints.
Exactly.
Some people control a verse with energy. Lil Wayne is the king of that shit. Of not really saying nothing, but saying the dopest, slickest shit you ever heard in life. Then you have the super lyrical approach, which is like a Black Thought,
Nas,
a
J.
Nas,
Cole.
a Loaded Lux on his, like out the gate, like just punching. I was in the area. Just thought I'd swing by like a girl that was curious.
Yeah.
Them boys in the hood pop up on you. That's furious. Like from the gate. Like this is the opening stanza.
Yeah.
Like, so it's a lot of different ways that you can approach something, but when something like touches your soul and make you like, no matter where you at, everybody has the same reaction to the shit. It's like, that's the verse of the year to me. And I'm on the same page with you with Young Thug. That We Ball verse has made him a hood hero.
Listen, I'm driving the 33 for overtime. The shit came on somebody's phone, like somebody ringtone. I didn't even know they still did ringtones. The shit came on. When I tell you the whole front of the bus got some dice at the heaven gate, like everybody was singing. Like, what's wrong with us? Like you have to get into that verse when it come on. So that's the reason I'm like, I can't see any other verse. The Black Thought verse, since we talking about it, it was dope. Me personally, I'm 33.
Had to think about it.
Had to think about it for a second. 33. Black Thought is from my city.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
From the P.
My best friends growing up were Ra, Idris, Steve, Pax. These niggas was all Black Thought fans.
Right.
So I listened to this shit. He been rapping like that forever.
For 25, 28 years.
So for me, it wasn't like groundbreaking historical the way it was forever. To me, Loaded Lux joint was better because I'm just like, I didn't expect that from Lux. Like, I see Black Thought, I kind of expect him to just be the best rapper in the room.
I mean, I've said...
And that's no knock to him.
No, it's not a knock, but it's like, it's consistency.
Yeah.
Like when I hear him rap like that, I know he can rap like that. I've been telling people for years the 3 best rappers in Philly history are Black Thought, Beanie Siegel, and then it's like, depending on how you manage it, it's either Will Smith or Gilly the Kid.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like disqualified. Well, in Spado, everybody else is pretty much disqualified.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about like that top dog category.
Cass is up there.
Cass
had a run.
So that's the 5 then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, depending on how you shake it out, that's the 5, and then with a 6-man or whatever the case may be. But it's just like Black Thought he's doing what he's always done.
Really?
Black Thought hung with Pun on a song called Super Lyrical.
Yeah.
That was in 1998.
How about it?
It's
Jesus,
2018.
Yeah.
So he been on that. Like, I'm not surprised.
Young Thug had another good ass verse too this year. The joint, was it Sacrifices? I can't think of
The joint on More Life.
Yeah, that joint was crazy too. I kind of wanted to put Future for the Gang in there, but I don't think enough people really heard it and got into it. But Future's for the Gang verse.
I saw Love say on Twitter yesterday, he's like, that Super Slimy album grew me. That is a good motherfucking
Yo, I
album.
say this, man. Motherfuckers really, really don't give Future, especially in this later run, because everybody loves Monster. Everybody loves 56 Nights. Purple, what was the joint he
Purple
had?
Rain.
It aged like fine wine.
Yeah.
And the first night I heard it, I'm like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
But then maybe a month later, I was listening to it every goddamn
I'm
day.
like, this is the best mixtape I heard since
and
Future's
the same
last
with the Slimy
mixtape.
joints. Like and honestly, shout out to Rob, good friend of the show. And that's another thing we got to start doing, taking our time with shit. Rob told me when a new album, a new movie, whatever, a new documentary come out, he don't watch it. He wait. He's like, I'll watch it in a week, 2 weeks, like the Magic and Isaiah. He's like, I'll watch it next week, just because I want to get past everybody giving me their opinions of the shit, and I want to take it in for what it is. And we don't do that now. It's like back in the day when you got Jay-Z Volume 2, you didn't have to get to your timeline to tell them if it was classic or night the first night.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, real talk, albums back in the day didn't even become successful until a month, 2 months down the line.
A month or 2 months was pushing it. Like,
Real
motherfuckers
talk.
was really on some shit like, man, we don't know if your album a classic till 2 years down the line.
Dr. Dre said it best. I signed Eminem. He's triple platinum, doing 50 a week. That shit was real.
Yeah.
Selling 50,000 a week. You hot. This was after the album been out for 6 months. Like, that's real shit. Get Rich or Die Trying, that joint kept growing, kept blowing. Like, a lot of albums that are considered classic, their biggest selling weeks aren't their first week.
No.
It's later on down the line.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. So it's like, I felt like For the Gang really grew after a while.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, Young Thug, We Ball.
Hands down.
Hands down. Congratulations, Thugger. You got verse of the year. There's no way around it.
It's just so crazy because it's like at the rate, and I'll wrap it up with this about the category. At the rate with which he puts music out, to hear him do that on a song with somebody who specializes in that is like.
And Meek sounded phenomenal on the joint.
Absolutely.
But Thugger just took it somewhere else. It just not
because he paired the pain with the style with the lyricism. Yeah. And he put that shit all together, man.
It was perfect. Late addition to the joint, somebody hit me was album of the year. And the nominees are More Life, Damn, SZA's album, Jay-Z 444, and Rick Ross. Jesus.
Well, let's throw Jay-Z's album right out. Let's do that. That's not album of the year.
What's crazy is it's nominated for the fucking Grammy album.
For the album and the record of the year. All the major categories. But that's a legacy award. It's a legacy nomination like, hey, we fucked up a lot. So we gonna do the nigger awards this year, and we gonna try to give y'all niggas as much awards as we can. But just know the next 7 years, y'all done for. Like y'all ain't getting shit. Like y'all not getting shit, niggas.
Beck fuck around and rap album of the year.
Like y'all not getting shit. That's a fact. So to me, the fact that historically speaking, to me, the best rap albums, degree of difficulty is always higher to reach to get on the same level of a great R&B album. Mm-hmm. But in SZA's case, she writes and almost delivers her music like a rapper would, but it's soul music, and it has so much soul, and she gave an unpopular perspective in a reality that a lot of women are dealing with, which is being cheated on, being the other woman, being okay with being the other woman because the situation is so good. And that's just an amazing album, like top to bottom. Like it was hard for me to get past the first 4 songs for the first 2 months of having it, and then I get to the deeper the rest of the album. I'm like, what the fuck? That's the album of the year to me, hands down.
Well, what's crazy is when I was on my way here and I was like really, really thinking about it. You know I'm a More Life fan. You know, Love always makes jokes like you too big and black to be a Drake fan, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I respected Damn at the end of the day as the best rap album of the year. New album I'm loving is Miguel. I don't know if you've listened.
I haven't listened to it yet.
It's phenomenal.
I heard Wild Heart is crazy.
It's phenomenal. But driving here, I'm thinking to myself, it's between SZA's album and Damn.
Yes.
And then I really thought about what it represents. And I'm like, that's fucked up. I gotta give it to SZA. Yeah. And I'm like, I feel weird doing it.
For as good of an album as Damn is, it's not about shit.
It's really not.
It's Kendrick.
It's just storytelling.
It's storytelling. It's dope storytelling.
Something that
and dope lyricism.
Philly Rich put me on. The album's supposed to be listened to backwards.
Yeah, they just put out the deluxe version with it backwards.
And I'm like, how about it? Like, it makes total sense when you go from Duckworth going forward. It's like, all right. Like, yeah, now that makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, I'm giving it to SZA.
What the album Damn represents is Kendrick figuring out how to make dope content music with dope commercial music and not make it corny.
Yeah.
That's him figuring it out. That's why, to me, Element is one of the 10 or so best songs of the year. That's why DNA is such a great record, because
DNA was phenomenal.
He figured out how to exist in the post-Drake world, which nobody else has figured out yet, and how to make dope records that play on the radio, aren't corny, and have the content that's mixed in there. And Humble is a great fucking song. And when it first came out, I didn't get it.
I hated it.
And after a while, I'm like...
But when you listen to the album backwards, shout out to Rich, when you listen to the shit backwards, Humble makes total sense where it's at in the album. I still don't really like it.
I actually love it.
The hook just annoys me so much. But the song, he's talking good shit on the song.
He's talking real good shit.
It's not better than DNA or Loyalty. No. But it's a good song.
And it's about something.
It's about some shit. Duckworth, Loyalty, and DNA were just phenomenal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying? They were phenomenal. So congratulations, SZA, album of the year.
Yes.
From the TRPE. All right, let's get into some silly shit real quick. All right. Most annoying IG caption of the year.
Oh man, we got some phenomenal candidates for this joke.
Phenomenals.
All right, I'm gonna go from the write-in vote up
Okay.
to what the original categories. Never go Eric Benet.
I forgot all about that.
This fucking caption is why 444 is not album of the year. At least in part of why it's not album of the year. Holy fucking
Yeah.
shit. A lot of y'all look like Eric Benet who posted that fucking caption. Annoying as shit. We don't catch flights. We don't catch feelings. We catch flights. That's actually been around a while, but it blew up this
It
year.
went somewhere else this year.
Yeah, it went to another level this year. Shout out to Cardi B.
Yeah.
No nigga wanna be my ex.
You know what's crazy? Not trying to be funny. I saw that caption 30,000 times. I never listened to Motorsport.
Never knew where it
And
came
I
from.
finally sat down. I'm like, let me listen to this silly shit. And I listened to Motorsport, and I'm like, is this where this dumbass caption?
Yes.
I'm like,
and simultaneously, Motorsport is one of the worst songs of the
Yo,
year.
did you see the fake Jay-Z Motorsport verse?
No.
The boy who be rapping like Jay-Z. You ain't seen his joint?
I skipped over that shit.
You gotta. It's better than all the regular Motorsport. I'm like, this shit could really be Hov's Motorsport voice. It sounds that good, and he's really fucking it up, like talking big shit on there. Y'all got Bitcoin, I got Bitcoins. We invest different. He was talking crazy. Yeah, but I heard Motorsport, and I'm like, that's where that dumbass line comes from. But yeah, go ahead.
All right. Does it look, not to be undone,
Yeah.
does it look like I got left off bad and bougie?
For me, that's my pick. I'm not even going to argue. Good, you can tell the rest of them. I still don't know what the fuck that means.
Talk nice to me / talk to me nice.
Yeah.
Either one, or.
That was super annoying.
And my personal favorite and
Yeah.
my vote, apply pressure. I don't know why the combination of them two words together on an Instagram photo, a bullshit Instagram photo with a weak ass broad, is the funniest shit ever.
It's like you're standing in front of breezes with wedges on, looking at the ground. Why is
With
the
a Fashion Nova jumpsuit on.
Why is the caption apply
Apply
pressure?
pressure.
It just doesn't make sense. Does it look like I got left off bad and bougie? Was just. It was. I don't get it.
It was definitely the most popular caption.
And my homie the other day was trying to explain it to me. He was like,
The fact that somebody took the time to try to explain this shit.
nah,
to
because
you.
he was like, because I was like, it doesn't even make sense for when Takeoff said it. You know what I mean? And he was like, no, basically what he was saying is, I'm shining too. Does it look like I got left off bad? And I'm like, oh, okay. And he was like, if you look at like a chick posting that as her caption, it's like, do it look like I'm fucked up? Yeah, and it's just like, when he was explaining it, I'm just like, yeah, no. Like,
It's a no for me, dog.
it's a no for me, dogs. We got apply pressure, and we got. Does it look like I got left out bad? You want to flip a coin or what? How
We can flip a coin because I'm sticking with this apply pressure, man. That shit is ridiculous.
I'm going with motherfucking. Does it look like I got left off bad and bougie? Call it in the air.
All right, heads.
It's a tails.
Oh shit.
It's a tails.
All right. Do I got left off bad and bougie? Congratulations to you and all the shitheads who use the caption. You are the winner of the most annoying Instagram caption of 2017. Congratulations.
Without a doubt, that was the one for me. I
look like I got left off bad and bougie.
it makes absolutely no sense. It just doesn't.
Like, you absolutely look like you got. I saw the video. You were not on. Like, Takeoff was at least in the diner. You weren't even in the diner. You wasn't on the song at all.
Funniest video of the year was probably somebody made an edit where Takeoff, he says, does it look like I left out bad and bougie? And then they cut in, you know how Uzi starts his verse? Yeah. And it's just that playing over and over. yeah. It should just play for like 2 minutes. Like, motherfuckers be way too creative on Instagram. Congratulations. Does it look like I got left off bad and bougie? Most annoying IG caption 2017.
Definitely.
Where you want to go next, man?
Clown of the year.
This is gonna take a while because we gotta run down why they're clowns, and because some people don't even know who a couple of these people are.
Yeah.
But you want to do this one? You want me to?
You got this one.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do this one. Clown of the year. We got five nominees in this category. All of them severe clowns,
Super clowns
for different various reasons. First and foremost, we have 45 Donald Trump. Take your pick. Whatever. Google Donald Trump. Yeah. Whatever comes up.
First 100 days, last 100 days, middle 100 days, whatever.
Whatever comes up. Clown of the year. We got DJ Academics. Somebody last night hit me was like, "Why is Academics on that list?" And I'm like,
have you ever seen Everyday Struggle? Have you ever seen a DJ Academics video link to a video on YouTube? Have you ever seen Academics on Twitch?
Have you ever seen him with an adult man on the show who be ready to slap the shit out? Like, it's all the time.
My problem with Academics is
Jeezy was ready to strangle him the other day.
My problem with Academics is he never knows the why of why he's about to get this shit slapped out of him.
Yeah.
He always throws on the media coat like, I'm just a member of the media. Yeah, but remember when you said my bitch was a hoe ass bitch and niggas passed around like a hot potato? Oh, that's why you mad. Like, he never know.
You clicked the link.
I see. So you watch my shit.
I see why you pissed now.
Like he just never understands why. Like, he doesn't understand how troubling it is to do a satire series called The War in Chicago, where you're highlighting people getting murdered and implicating who might have murdered them.
You know what changed my whole outlook on Academics? Karen Civil and
he was trying to force the Meek Mill shit out of her.
Watching the Karen Civil episode and then the Vic Mensa episode and then this last Jeezy joint was just like, yeah, I really don't like this guy, man. Like, he just never knows what to say. He says the wrong thing all the time. He just is so goofy. And then watching his like weird hatred, obsession with Meek,
it's strange.
Was just like, now that Meek's away and the Chasers is on chill, watching him consistently do it every other day is just like, all right, fam. Like
he was like, I was watching him like just trying to see what type of slant he put on the reporting about Meek going to jail, and he was just getting shit wrong like every day. He was putting out videos every day and getting shit wrong. At least one thing in there was wrong every day. Like, he'd be on a good little path and then he'd just go left.
Yeah.
He'd be like, yo, somebody's gonna slap the dog shit out of you. It's like they beat up tough niggas before. You think they not gonna hurt you?
Nah.
Somebody's gonna smack the dog shit out of you, man, my man.
You catch one of them chases at the wrong Wawa.
Oh man,
curtains for you, bro.
That Wawa down on Delaware Ave, that little skeevy joint.
It go down in there. Employees robbing it. It go down in there. Judge Brinkley. Not to be outdone. Meek's judge. Excuse me.
Judge, yeah.
Meek's judge. She's been a complete clown all year. Jason Whitlock. I know some of you women, a couple of you guys might not understand exactly who Jason Whitlock is. He's a sports writer. He wasn't a beat writer.
I don't know if he was a beat writer, but I've known who he is for 15 years.
He's always had his nose in there and out there when it came to like.
Yeah, he's a real coon, Uncle Tom.
Yeah, super duper dickhead. He had, it was so weird. He had Kid from Kid and Play come as Kaepernick to the studio. And he was just making a whole mockery out of Kaepernick.
Yeah.
And he's black. You know, like, it's weird.
It's like, oh yeah, by the way,
he's black. Jason Whitlock is black. So it's like, yeah, Jason Whitlock was a complete clown. And of course, Stacey Dash has just been there for a while now.
Yeah.
At All Falls Down video, and then
it's been a long time since then.
Just went left after there. So who you got in this category?
As much as I want to give it the 45,
I do too. I know where you're going though.
I'm gonna give it to Judge Brinkley.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna give it to Judge Brinkley.
Okay.
Basically, like, looking at the case, like, I've talked to lawyers, I've talked to court clerks, I've talked to people who are around in the judicial system, and I asked my lawyer friend, who shall remain nameless, and I said, hey, in your estimation, because he's a former ADA, I said, in your estimation, is Meek being railroaded? He said, railroaded? He's being light railed, Amtrak'd, Conrailed. He's being everything.
High speed line.
He said the fact that there isn't even an option for bail pending pending appeal is egregious. He gave me a specific scenario. I forget this lady's name, but he's like, yo, she's been on bail pending appeal of her violation sentencing for over a year now.
Oh, wow.
He said, so that's the judicial system. You have the right to post bail while you're waiting for a higher court to make the decision if you're afforded the money to be able to afford it.
And that's where she was like, no, because he's a threat to
He's
society.
a threat to society and a flight risk.
Yeah.
He hasn't missed an appointment in 2 years. What do you mean? And the circumstances surrounding which some of these things where he's gotten in trouble, if you would have let him get up and move 7 or 8 years ago like he requested, he probably wouldn't have gotten this trouble in the first place because he would have been in Calabasas, California, fucking where, not getting into this shit. So it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And it's like, y'all putting this man in scenarios where he's going to go and hang with the chasers and hang with Do For Self and hang with this motherfucker. And shit may not even be him, but shit going to go down around him because everybody wants to be the one to impress and protect the bag.
Yeah.
So he's being put in scenarios where people are almost like that situation in St. Louis. Them kids is like forcing his hand. When he say, hey, I'm rushed for a flight. I want to take a picture. Fuck you, nigga.
Yeah.
What is he like? What's supposed to happen? O'Malley's supposed to smack the shit out of one of y'all. Which they turned around and found that Meek was breaking up the fight.
That's the fucked up part about that.
Still got his hand broke and had to go to court for his fucking troubles for breaking up the fucking fight.
You know what's crazy is I really wanted to give this to Jason Whitlock, but you make a compelling case. And I'm going to go with Judge Brinkley on the strength that Jason Whitlock is not a sworn judge.
Yes.
Like, he's not a sworn upholder of the law. So the fact that you got any of this shit going on and you're a sworn judge is like when the whole shit came out about him signing to her friend, it's like, am I watching SVU? Like, there's no way this shit is really happening.
Like, this is a big-ass joke.
Like, this is y'all playing games for real.
Yeah.
Y'all playing games with a man who's in the pinnacle of his rap career.
Yes.
I ain't gonna say that because he could come out and be way more successful. I'm gonna say he's in the glory years, like the rise up to being who he is.
Right.
And y'all stripping him of that for some bullshit just because you don't really like bull.
Yeah.
You're abusing your power. And you're right. Judge Brinkley is clown of the year.
And I said on the previous show, let's never ever confuse being a nuisance with being a criminal.
Yeah.
He's a nuisance, 100%. The people he hang around with are nuisances, some of them borderline criminals.
Yeah.
But he himself has not committed a criminal act in a long-ass time.
Yeah.
They said he haven't dropped no dirty urines, none of that shit. So the whole reason why you locking him up is all speculative of almost like what you think he might do. Yeah. Like, if he stay on the streets, at some point he's going to get in some fucking trouble. Yeah, because you won't let him move to fucking Calabasas or Hidden Hills.
Yeah.
He's going to get in trouble riding dirt bikes around North Philly. Yeah. Yes, he is. Absolutely. It's just nut shit. You know what I'm saying?
Chad has swayed me, yo. Yeah.
That might be a first time for TRPE.
Judge Brinkley, come on down. Get your goddamn.
Hey man, you won, Judge. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations.
Clown of the Year 2017.
Judge Brinkley.
Judge Brinkley, man. Jesus Christ.
Not to be outdone, can we go into my favorite category, worst mom of the year?
All right, bet.
The candidates nominees are Drea. Self-explanatory.
Yes.
Like, there's no need to give no long soliloquy about that.
Not at all.
It's Dre. We knew Drea was a bad mom before we knew she was a bad bitch. Basically, like the whole situation back in Misnoming, PA, and all that, making the kid jump the fucking fence and feed himself on TV dinners and sleep in the bed with the cat. All of that shit was already documented once upon a time. Right. Kimberly Jones, who was Keaton's mom. For those of you that were living under a rock, Keaton went viral a few weeks ago.
We haven't even spoke about Keaton.
No, listen, real quick on Keaton, right? I'm watching the video and I'm like, this is a finesse. Like, my cynical mind is like, this is a fucking finesse. Like, why, as a parent, why is your instinct to video your child crying about something as opposed to going and dealing with the issue? Because whatever it was fresh, if indeed something did happen. Right. So it's like, that screamed finesse to me. And then come to find out that he allegedly was at school calling kids niggas, and they was like, "What about your fucked up pig nose, bitch?" and now you want to get on video and fucking cry.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's just a weird fucking situation all the way around. And then what the fuck does 57,000 got to do with your kid getting bullied?
I have no clue. It doesn't make a. We'll get to that later. We'll discuss that later. Let's keep going with these models. We'll get into the finesses later on in the show.
Kim Zolciak, I can't even lie. I know who she is. I don't know what she did.
That's the white woman of Real Housewives
Yes.
of Atlanta. John Legend was coming to Atlanta. She tweeted John Legend because her daughter wanted to go to the show, and her daughter is 15. She said, "Whose dick does my daughter have to suck to get tickets to the show?" So that alone, you
Oh yeah, that'll get you nominated.
that'll get you at least if nothing else, it'll get you on the list.
And Barbara Bergoli, aka Cash Me Outside Mom,
Just on the strength, like the fact that she's still
your daughter's
out
a
there.
menace to society. She's a 14-year-old menace to society.
Dead ass.
What are you thinking?
It's like Kim Zolciak's tweet was so weird.
And it's like child prostitution.
It was so weird. She's like batshit crazy though. I don't know if you ever watched that show. Drea, like, all you gotta do is sign the fucking homework. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that, like I say it all the time, your son went to school. He's getting points deducted because he didn't come in with the shit
You don't want
signed.
to sign it.
And here you are on Instagram. Like, sign the fucking homework and get off Instagram.
Put Orlando's dick down and sign the homework.
And that to me is what's wrong with our culture. It's like, I actually got back on Instagram this week. I know you've seen me and shit. And I still hate everybody. You know what I'm saying? The more and more I scroll and be around the shit,
I hate everyone.
it's like, I still hate everybody. I joke, I play around, and I was doing it today, and somebody took a little offense, and I'm just like, man, I hate y'all now. It's like, we not in 2014 anymore. And I feel like we care too much about social media. And Drea, to me, is the picture of caring too much about social media. The fact that you exploit your son, but the fact that you were the one who put it out there.
Yes.
Tell me what y'all think about me having to
like it
sign
was
this-
regular.
Like no.
Because this little nigga's getting on my motherfucking nerves.
And like, she had to take it down that night because like people was going ape shit. Like,
Yeah.
no, bitch, you supposed to sign that shit. The fuck you talking
That's
about?
what you signed up for.
So for me, I'm picking Drea.
I'm definitely in agreement with you.
It's no way.
Just for the simple fact of being a repeat offender. Like, the block was already hot on you
this is a legacy award.
Yeah, it's the
Like you
block.
said
It was
earlier.
already hot on you 7 years
Yeah.
ago. You managed to lay low for a while, and yet and still, here you are again.
Just couldn't walk
You
that
are a
probation up.
habitual line stepper of a bad mom, like continually. And the fact that it took you longer to take the photo of the homework and in the screenshot and to craft this long ass caption. It took you longer to do all of that than to sign the fucking homework.
Yeah.
It's a 2-minute speech. Listen, hey, little nigga, let me hear the speech. Sign this motherfucking homework. I'm gonna sign homework before you even read the speech because I already heard the motherfucker 1,000 times.
Yeah.
The fact that, like, you didn't even think, yo, just go practice your speech. I'm gonna sign the shit anyway. The fact that thought didn't cross your mind, but hey, let me write this long ass caption and ask Instagram what they think. Am I tripping? Yeah, bitch, you tripping.
Yeah, I remember like in 11th grade, we had to do a book report on somebody from the civil rights movement or whatever. And everybody, like, we drew, like, you know, names out of a hat. And I got Frederick Douglass. And I didn't do it. Like, I just, like, was like, I forgot about it. Like, I just put it to the wayside. And maybe, like, the day before it was due, I'm like, oh, shit, I got a book report. And my mom was sitting at the kitchen table with me. And my mom was like, well, did you start it? I'm like, no. And she was like, and, you know, my mom has a master's.
Yeah.
She's wrote thesis and everything. So my mom was like, how long does it got to be? I'm like, I can't even remember what it was. But I told her. She was just like, I'll bang it out real quick. And my mom got on the computer and did this shit. And I didn't even read it. I took it the next day and I gave it to my teacher or whatever. And I guess he graded him whatever. Like 2 days later, Mr. G was like, Matt, this is the best report I think I've gotten all year. This is just amazing writing. And I'm like, well, a 40-year-old wrote it.
I got good news and I got bad news.
Like I'm 16. I'm like,
moms wrote it.
Like a 40-year-old with 2 master's degrees wrote
it just better be.
Yeah. But yeah, like you step in, man.
That's part of being a parent.
Yeah.
Like
my mom bung out my report in a night.
You fill in where your kid falls short at. That's what you sign up for. It's part of the job. And you on call 24/7 just because you wanted to go to the fucking BET Awards or whatever the fuck was going on.
I couldn't imagine my mom hopping on social media like, let me tell you about this little rockhead ass nigga that didn't want to do this fucking report. It's like, no, she went right in there and bung it out for me.
Yeah, it's easier for you to just do it than to complain about the shit. Dummy. So congrats, Drea.
Yeah.
Legacy Award, Worst Mom of the Year.
Worst Mom of the Year.
We hope to retire you by next year. Hopefully you stop this shit. Pretty please.
We hope to retire you.
Please stop.
Meltdown of the year.
Nice.
Meltdown of the year. Apparently Kanye had a meltdown. I guess like because I'm
the Jay-Z shit.
Yeah, like the whole him just going off with Jay.
Your kids ain't never even been to play with my kids, dog.
And then just going MIA and then releasing like old Reeboks as Yeezys. It's like that's gotta be part of the meltdown.
So I was like, these are soft toe Rees with 200.
Yeah, he gained weight and everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Tyrese, self-explanatory. We all watched that. Azalea Banks.
She's a nonstop meltdown.
Yeah, completely. And Cat Williams is a nonstop meltdown also. So, who you got in this list?
I'm going to give it to the bull from Transformers.
I got to. It's no way around it.
Just because his meltdown...
Tyrese won this easier than Nicki won, like, Best Female Rapper.
Yeah, for the last 9 years.
Yeah, like,
it's the Nicki Minaj Award. Her name is on the award.
Who are these other people?
Who are these bitches?
Yeah. Tyrese was winning this no way around.
So my issue with Tyrese is that you've been in 19 Transformers movies. You've been in 75 Fast and Furious movies. Mm-hmm. Baby Boy is on 4 times a week.
Right. Waist Deep is on twice a week.
Is on twice a week. You had a Coke commercial.
You got some albums.
Your friends, you have a fucking successful car customizing business that one of the sheiks of Dubai gave you fucking money, dowry from the fucking UAE government to start. What the fuck are you doing? Like, his problems being financial in nature is the most confusing shit ever.
You got to get rid of the hibachi, at least.
No, it's an actual Benihana. It's branded.
That's what I'm saying. You got, like, you don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
And a Starbucks.
And there's some other shit in this, Kraus. It's got a Starbucks, a Benihana's, and I can't think what the other one is. All of this shit is just like...
I can't be driving 4 miles for garlic butter, dog.
Yeah.
I go in the backyard.
Yeah. My thing with Tyrese is, like, the first video he released where he was crying, you know, we made memes and all the videos and jokes and
Hilarious.
Shit. I didn't consider it a real meltdown until he released the joint where he was smoking a cigar and he was like, Will, I'm still waiting on that money. And Will, like, I'm not sending this nigga no
What money?
I was like, all right, yeah.
You know, the feds listening, nigga, what money?
And then, but what's crazy is Tyrese won custody of the daughter.
Yeah, he won joint custody.
Joint custody.
So it's like, you weren't wrong in your fight. You were wrong in your delivery in the way that you were going about shit.
Yeah, you just gave us a bunch of shit to laugh at.
Yeah, you just being a nut. My favorite joint was somebody was nice enough to take this picture of us praying outside of the courtroom. This nigga had on some bullshit shell toes, a taupe blazer, and a sweater underneath it, tied around his waist. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Like, are you going to risky business reunion when you leave here? Why the fuck do you have all this shit on, dog? Nigga was bugging.
Tyrese, you won another award, baby.
In a landslide.
In a landslide, easily. Meltdown of the Year, TRPE 2017. Come get your trophy. Let's go into some shit I know you want to get into. Let's get into these queens.
Okay.
Can
we start with my favorite type of queen?
All right.
The YBs.
Okay.
Yeah, not to be outdone. Oh yeah, and I have a write-in vote for the Black Queen of the Year too.
Okay, yeah, I do too. Actually, yeah, we'll get to
that. So my second favorite category after Worst Mom of the Year, YB of the Year.
Somebody be asking, motherfuckers, bet you 2 or 3 motherfuckers, what does YB stand for? I'm like, young bitch. They like, this is Chad. I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
Flying solo on this one, but Matt has a vote nonetheless.
I do.
Number one, my dark horse candidate, Chinese Kitty. For those of you who do not follow her, Taylor Hing, her social media name is Chinese Kitty. She's fucking amazing. She's beautiful, and she got a big old ass to be a Chinese cat. Lyrical, the incumbent black vote from West Philadelphia by way of Houston. Lyra, cute as a button galore. The third and the leading candidate, Kylie Jenner, the ultimate YB. Ultimate YB. She is about to reach her final form, which is the billionaire YB in a minute. Yeah. We can all applaud that. Not to be outdone, her sister, Kendall Jenner, who has just surpassed Giselle Brady as the most highest paid supermodel in the world.
When you said it, I'm like, my girl was next to me. I'm like, wait, Kendall Jenner makes more than Giselle? She was like, yeah, she's the highest paid in the world. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
With no buns.
Yeah, you got a multi-billion-dollar family
with a flat trick. It's fucking crazy.
Shit crazy out here.
Did I ever tell you where that flat trick shit came from?
No.
Are we in my block, we call flat asses flat tricks.
Yes.
And shout out to Hookup. I don't know where Hookup is right now, but Hookup is like the funniest little young trapper nigga on earth. He's hilarious. There was a chick that lived on my block. This is back when jersey dresses was like popping. Remember that stage? Yeah. Chicks was going horrible stage of life. And she had no butt. I mean, she had like the most no ass you've ever seen in your entire life. Thank you. Chad's pouring me more of this coquita.
It's over now.
All right, cool. Give me a cup. But she had like the most no ass you've ever seen. And her girlfriends would stand out front of the crib because they lived like 2 doors down from me. And she was like, come on, yo, let's go to the gallery. I'm trying to get a jersey dress. And we was all out front of my crib and Hookup like turned around to us, was like, she about to go get a flat trick Ewing. That shit just became a thing. So when you see somebody with no ass, you call it a flat trick. Shout out Hookup. That's my motherfucking nigga, man.
I'm adding that to the vocabulary immediately.
A flat trick.
And my final candidate, who's my sleeper candidate, Dream Doll.
Yes, you talk about her a lot.
I talk about her all the fucking time. Dream Doll is so amazing because she's on television displaying that not only is she dumb as bricks, but she's a troublemaker.
Okay.
And yet and still, I would give her all my money today.
Is she on a show?
She's on Love and Hip Hop New York.
She is, yeah, my girl.
She's on there starting trouble every week. She threw a smoothie on a bitch.
That was the smoothie. I was about to say, is that the smoothie chick?
Literally, in life, never seen something.
Y'all gotta see this nigga
as disrespectful as somebody getting a purple smoothie thrown on her.
Like, for no reason, too. Shorty had just walked in.
Yo, she just got here.
She took the lid off. Like, why you ain't got no lid on your cup? My girl had me watching. I'm like, these bitches is crazy.
A smoothie. I had to cut the shit off. I said, yo, y'all are apes. Like, this is ape shit. You threw a smoothie on a human.
For no reason.
You threw all these nutrients on a fucking human. Like, what's wrong with
Shorty just walked in and didn't get a lid on her drink. She go, why your cup ain't got no lid on it? Took her lid off. Like, is it on? Yeah, that bitch is nuts.
All right, so as much as I want to vote for Dream Doll and her antics, it's hard to ignore a billionaire. So, Kylie Jenner, you're taking it to another level for the YB.
Lyra is as cute as a button, like I always say.
Dumb as bricks.
You know I love Bree. Bree Westbrook's a YB too. She's only 24. And you know I love Bree Westbrook. Kylie Jenner really is going to be a billionaire.
Soon. Like in 18 months.
I don't understand how you could not, you know, $1 billion 23-year-old.
Yeah.
That's just nuts. I think Kylie gets it like easily.
Very easily. It's like, it's competition in this category, but not really. It's like, because once I get my E-Ness hat out and start doing my taxes and I crunch the numbers on $1 billion, it's like, all right, you win.
Kendall fucked it up. She walked Victoria's Secret, highest paid model out there over Giselle. That's fucking nuts.
That's crazy.
Lyra's all that, but nah. I think Kylie Jenner is easily
Yeah, YB of the year.
YB of the year.
Congratulations, baby. Congrats.
All right, let's stay on these. Let's get Black Queen of the Year out of the way.
Let's get a real category.
All my Black queens out there, salute to you all. A lot of Black women really was fucking it up and doing a thing this year. This category, we got Karen Civil, self-explanatory, young Oprah.
Media maven.
Issa Rae, who I didn't like at first, but once I really started watching the show, she's really gifted at her craft.
Oh yeah, no, she's an amazing actress. She's a writer on the show.
She just got 2 more shows greenlit, so it's like you gotta respect a woman doing that and really fucking it up and having one of the best new shows on television.
Even though she's built like Giannis, Black Queen nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? I respect her talent.
Fucking Giannis. Is she do? Yeah, look like
Built like Giannis.
Oh man, Rihanna, that's my baby.
Self-explanatory.
One of the most successful music recording artists ever. Her makeup line is right on Kylie's ass. The Puma deal, she's just bad as shit.
Yeah.
How the fuck could you not put Rihanna
She's
up there?
amazing to look at.
Meghan Markle, who is going to be an actual princess.
That's crazy.
You just gotta be on the list. Like, she's the only one that's going to be actual royalty. You have to put her on there. Lala Anthony, I think, devoured Instagram this year.
Chewed up Instagram and spit it out.
And spit it out. And
Got
then,
Mello playing like shit.
yeah, and then showed up at his game. Lala fucked it up on IG this year. And late write-in for me was Jemele Hill. And somebody was like, why Jemele Hill? And I'm like, to see Jemele Hill challenge Trump, challenge ESPN, challenge all these different things, still be successful, to see the way people backed her, to see the way Mike Brown was like, nah, I'm not doing this shit without her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta fuck with Jemele Hill. She's just dope. She's just a dope. I love her Twitter. She's just a dope individual.
Yeah.
You said you had another one?
Angela Rye.
Angela Rye, that's what I figured that was gonna be, because that was gonna be the one I was gonna add in there. All over CNN, making mockeries of white folks left and right. You gotta love Angela.
She does weekly or bi-weekly correspondence with the Breakfast Club, just kind of talking directly to, the urban,
She
young
be getting
urban
in Andrew
audience.
Schultz's ass all the time.
Yeah, she balled him up a couple times.
Yeah, I like Angela Rye a lot. Who do you got in I'm gonna tell you my pick.
I want to give it to all of them.
I do too. I really
but
like.
tell me your pick, because I can be swayed.
I really like Issa Rae for sticking to her guns, standing her ground. And when they maybe quoted a year behind Mitch's I'm blind to white tears, which is fucking hilarious. They asked Issa Rae at the awards, who are you rooting for? And she was like, all the black people. And I just was like, I fuck with Issa Rae. I like her a lot. It's either Issa Rae or Rihanna.
Yes.
For me. Go ahead and give you a synopsis. I might be swayed the same way.
Rihanna, young, amazing talent. She just continues to just look better and better. She sharpened her skills a lot as a businesswoman and as a brand in the last year. A lot of people either do or don't know that her brand is backed by LVMH, which is Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy, which is the biggest luxury conglomerate in the world. So
it's like one guy that owns all that shit, too.
Yeah. So I say that to say they ain't just giving deals to just any old motherfucking body.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They can create whoever they want. If they wanted to give me and Matt some shit tomorrow, it's going to blow the fuck up because they already have all the retail network in place to where the shit is going to be successful. So for them to partner with Rihanna and for her to just retail blackout literally every time she sells something, every time I've been to Sephora looking for some fucking Fenty Beauty something, they don't have it.
The Fenty shoes, them shits, everything she put her name on is a wrap. It's just gone. You know what I mean? It's just gone. So
I ain't going to hold you. And Insecure is one of my favorite shows of all time.
You put me onto it. Remember, I wasn't watching it at first.
Dope-ass show.
I like binge watched it.
Started off as an internet-based show, transitioned over to HBO. It's an amazing show. It has comedy, honesty, conjecture. It talks about the relationship dynamic between men and women.
It's like a 30-minute SZA album.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. I'm cool with splitting the award between Issa Rae and Rihanna.
I I'm with it.
I'm down with that.
I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Trophies only cost $6 to make.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with Issa Rae and Rihanna splitting the Black
We got
Queen
our
of the Year
first
award.
joint. Let's give it up for them Black Queens, man. They fucked it up.
They made it too hard, man.
They made it very, very
too
difficult. Our first joint award of the evening, Rihanna, Issa Rae, Black Queens of the Year. Salute to both of y'all. Salute to all the Black Queens. Like I said, I saw a lot of Black women this year fucking it up. Graduating, getting a master's, starting businesses, really, really taking care of households.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Lee. That's my Black Queen. She's dope. I see Black women just becoming better. And I tell her all the time, like, watching her grow into being a woman, that shit is just like all that. Like
Right.
a grown ass. That's gonna be somebody's mom. Like that, like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's dope watching that. So salute to all the Black Queens out there.
Absolutely.
Now, the Nubian white queens,
yes.
who we also love.
We don't love them as much,
We don't love them as much, but we do love
but
them.
we do love them.
We do love them. Jill was mad that she wasn't nominated for Nubian White Queen. I told her that's my bad. I didn't want to do too many people we knew just because I didn't know motherfuckers was going to like get upset.
Fuck you mean I'm nominated?
Exactly.
I got a husband.
Yeah.
Got mad internet niggas lusting over somebody's wife and
Yeah.
shit.
But salute to Jill always. She supports the show heavy. And she's a educator, so that's
Yes,
always dope.
Definitely.
It's wild though. It's like I told her the other day we was talking. She's like, "Why wasn't I nominated for Nubian White Queen?" I'm like, "You're not white." You know what I'm saying? Like I be forgetting that she white because that's just how brown she
Yeah,
is. Like you
yeah.
forget it till you like see
not
her.
white.
Yeah, she's like, remember when Ellen had like Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz and all them on the
Yeah.
show, and they was all in a picture with her. I'm like, that's how you look with your kids. Like you really don't pay attention. Yo, real quick, not to go off subject. Did you see 2 Chainz, Hannibal Buress, and Tommy Chung eating the weed lobster?
No.
Oh my God. You gotta watch it. It's the funniest video on earth. These niggas went to a restaurant where they
Infuse everything?
infuse everything with THC. They make $600 lobster tails with weed in them.
Yeah.
So these niggas started eating lobster and was getting high and shit. Shout out to 2 Chainz, because that nigga's become like a real internet, like his following on the internet
Crazy.
it's insane.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. People just literally watch him do anything.
Yeah.
Go to stores, go to whatever the fuck he wants to do. But yeah, they go to the joint, they eating the weed lobster. So they're eating it, and they're getting higher as they're eating it. It's Tommy Chung, of course, from Cheech and Chong, Hannibal Buress, and 2 Chainz. So now they at the table and they eating, and they like high as shit. And they just saying whatever the fuck come to their mind. And 2 Chainz was like eating. You can see in his face he's stoned. And Hannibal Buress, he high as shit. He like, let me ask you a serious question. Do you feel pressured to always have on more than one chain? And 2 Chainz like, man, shut the fuck up. They was high as shit. It's hilarious. But back to what we were saying. I just had to get that shit is the funniest little video on the internet. Nubian White Queen for the year.
Yes.
Of course, Kylie Jenner.
Of course.
Have to go in there. Scarlett Johansson, who is probably the baddest white
love
woman
her.
on the planet.
bad.
Jennifer Lawrence, who's the shit.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian,
Who's my favorite woman to look at other than Rihanna?
real talk. Kendall Jenner, of course. And then you had a late
I had a late vote, Yes Jules. And somebody pointed out, they said, but Yes Jules called y'all niggas. And I'm like, still got that ass, though. So the fact that she called us niggas, she's not going to win.
Yeah, no, she's not going to
She's not going to win, but she got to get a nomination because she's still helping niggas out by putting niggas on stage, even if she calling niggas. So
Can I tell you where I'm at with this one? Kylie Jenner's going to be a billionaire. Khloe Kardashian is uber rich, you know, fucking all the NBA niggas, NFL niggas, whatever niggas is out there. Kendall Jenner, Kylie, even Courtney, the mom. We don't know who none of them bitches is without Kim. I think the legacy, like you've been talking about,
Yeah.
this is a legacy thing.
legacy thing.
I think it has to go. Like Kim Kardashian, as much as I love Pink from back in the day, and it was another one, Kelly Kapowski. You know what I'm saying? Kim Kardashian took being a Nubian white queen.
Right.
She took it to billionaire heights.
Yeah.
She took it to heavenly heights.
She got a black husband, got little brown babies.
Yeah. She had every black boyfriend you could think of.
She floated my man, he got fucked up, fucked the pack up,
Yeah.
floated my man, got him back on.
Real talk.
That's the Nubian white queen.
She
if I ever
always
seen
got
one.
on Yeezy clothes, Yeezy sneaks. You gotta fuck with Kim K, dog.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yo, my guilty pleasure is Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I watch
the
that
show?
shit a lot.
I never watched it.
I watch that shit a lot. Partially for Scott Disick because he's fucking hilarious. And he always grinding them up.
I did see his like little clips. I saw one joint where there was like all of his like mashup clips. He's a wild motherfucker.
Yeah, he's shot out.
But I think Kim Kardashian, just on legacy alone,
I'm cool with that.
deserves
I got no-
our first Nubian white queen
Like I said,
award.
she's my 1B of favorite women to look at. It's Rihanna 1A, Kim Kardashian 1B.
I love Kim, so shout out to Kim.
Let's give it up.
You got
Legacy
the
Award.
Legacy Nubian White Queen Award. Shout out to Kim. We got more topics, man. Where do we want to go? We could do relationship goals, finesse. Which one do you want to do?
I kind of want to do most washed of the year.
I forgot all about that one. Oh yeah, that is in there. All right, you could take the lead on this one.
All right, so most washed of the year, kind of self-explanatory, but it's basically like a old person trying to stay relevant and just doing it in the worst way possible.
Exactly.
And just doing nut shit. So first and foremost, we got Uncle Flex, got Funk Master Flex.
Yeah.
He has a interview series called "Got a Story to Tell," where he's interviewing these street guys, and they're killing it.
Yeah.
Watching him and his interactions
Yeah.
is the most cringeworthy shit I ever seen in my life.
With that coat on, because he always got that coat on.
That coat on.
He don't take that coat off.
He has an assortment of different color Yankee hats.
Yeah. Like all New York.
And he has all like mad like leather shirlings and like shit like leather snorkels and shit that.
You know the Chelsea boot?
Yeah.
The men wear? Timberland has one. Somebody posted the other day, was like, when New York niggas go to brunch.
Yo, listen, right?
For
Not to go left right here, right? But that's what we do here. I was on fucking StockX the other day, and they got like all the Supreme shit on there. And I'm looking through stuff. I ended up buying a jacket. I bought some Yeezys, a couple other things or whatever. And I'm on there going through some of this Supreme shit, and I'm like, yo, Supreme got some dope shit, but god damn, they got some New York ass motherfucking papoose shit in their catalog too, man. Like, I don't need a leather down coat. I don't need a leather puffer coat, a yellow and black one. Like, I don't need that. Not now, not never. 1780. I don't need that. Like, Supreme, for all the dope shit y'all got some horrible pieces in y'all collection, man. Yeah. But y'all sell out of everything, so what the fuck do I know?
They do got some what Bleak say, what up, New Yitty? They do got some New Yitty ass shit, boy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that.
Secondarily, everybody on Real Housewives of
the whole
cast. The whole cast.
Of Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Ronda Rousey, Punch Drunk Ronda Rousey, and another one of our uncles, Uncle R, the Aura, Chocolate Factory, R. Kelly, man.
R. Kelly had a sex abandonmenium. That he was holding little bitches hostage
in the basement, feeding them 1 hour a day of sunlight and dog food.
But the reason I put R. Kelly on this list was because the concert videos I watch of him, where he's literally doing anything, and it's like, Kels, you're 50.
Keep wiping my face.
Yeah.
Grab my dick.
Yeah, he just be outrageous at his shows. That's why I put him on here.
Where's your daughter?
All you gotta be is 80. That's the realest.
Yo.
For me though, with this, them bitches on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is another legacy award. All of them bitches is 50 years old.
They've been on nut shit a long time.
Nut shit. Not trying to be funny, yo. My girl gonna hear this, she gonna crack up. She had it on when I was leaving out the house. These bitches was rumbling on the boat. I'm like, yo, these bitches is 50.
They're gonna be shipwrecked.
They 50. 50 years old, they act like 14-year-olds.
Crazy.
And they do this shit to stay relevant at reality TV joint. And a reason that I want to get in this Legacy Awards is because not only are y'all washed up in 2017, y'all have been washed up for so long that in 2012, another uncle, Rick Ross, said, Atlanta housewives taking pictures in my section, but I only got a thing for young bitches with aggression. Y'all been washed up since then. And y'all haven't gotten any notoriety for it. Here it is right now. Most Washed 2017. The entire cast.
Yo, I think that they would have like a tough time getting in the shit in Atlanta.
Yeah, I could believe
Like
that.
if they went to like the Gold Room on Friday and like Future was there, they couldn't get in.
Did you see Paul Mooney grinding up Nene? Apparently Nene is doing stand-up now.
Yeah.
And she went to, I guess she was doing a spot in New York, and Paul Mooney was on. And she didn't know who Paul Mooney was. Like, she took a picture with him, and it was like, I took a picture with this legendary comedian, and, I don't know who he was. And Paul Mooney got wind of it, and he just started, like, flaming her. It was bad. But, yeah, everybody on The Real Housewives. Only one I really, really like is Candy. I can deal with her.
Fuck with Candy.
I can fucks with Candy.
I like how Portia looks, but she's a fucking nut
She's
job.
a dingbat.
She's a nut job.
She's a complete meathead, yo. Like, I don't want to talk bad about black women, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
yo.
no, it's like looking at these broads on this show, you can understand why their husbands was lying and cheating half the relationship. It's like, no, you're a fucking nut. Like, I get it. Like, it's you.
Nene's married to Greg. Greg's like 95.
Yeah, she married to Greg again.
Yeah.
They was
Keep
divorced.
that bag coming in. You know what I mean? But Candy is back with Escape.
Yeah.
They had a show
They had a show the other night.
All the Shirleys was
all the varicose veins, all the flat knee-high boots was out.
Yeah, they was out there, bro.
You know what I'm saying? All the I Heart Rock titty tattoos was out. You know what I'm saying? All of that.
Comfortable flats was everywhere the other
Comfortable
night.
flats on that.
They was out for the Escape show the other night. But I like Candy because Candy just seems like she's the most normal, but she's still washed because you hang with the rest of them. It's just like there's no way around it. But yeah, that's definitely without a doubt. Most washed, get your trophies. All you have is the whole entire cast. Men too. Everybody on The Real Housewives.
All of y'all.
Of Atlanta.
All 19 of y'all.
If you've been on it, you deserve an award for most washed ever.
All 19 of y'all. Keeping in the same spirit of nut shit, finesse of the year. All right, so the finesse of the year, for those of you that aren't familiar, we live in a finesse culture now where people are basically waking up every day, who can I get over on?
Finesse gods.
And it's basically like usually something via the internet, a GoFundMe page, a fucking scam. Like there was a $70 million Bitcoin swipe the other day.
Somebody made $1 million selling
Chuck E.
Cheese tokens as Bitcoin.
Yeah, he's in jail now though. So.
That nigga deserves praise because if you bought a fucking Chuck E. Cheese token thinking it was a Bitcoin.
No. They all there. Don't open the bag though.
No, I got the Bitcoin on me.
Yeah, no.
It's in my pocket, fam. Give me 10 grand. I give you a whole Bitcoin. Like the fact that you made $1 million doing that, he's got to be up there for finessity. I forgot all about that nigga. But
so the biggest and best finesses of the year and finessers of the year. The Fire Festival.
Gotta be up there.
For those of you that don't recall, we covered the Fire Festival extensively on TRPE. Ja Rule, along with some random white 20-year-old, put together the Fire Festival. They created an artificial city in the Bahamas that was supposed to be like a luxury tents and sprawling food trays and all these top acts from the last 30 years. None of that shit went down. All of the acts backed out. They had fucking disaster relief tents from like Live 8 from like 92 years ago. They was giving motherfuckers cheese plates and lettuce sandwiches.
One boy posted a picture of the shit. It was 2 pieces of bread, lettuce, tomato, and cheese. And the cheese still had the wrapper on it. I'm like, they went nowhere near what the fuck they was told they was going to get.
And these ticket packages were starting at, I think, $1,000.
It was like $1,000 and like 10 grand. Some of the Jones actually more than that.
I think it was like 90 grand. Because it was like, you're supposed to have a luxury suite and all that shit. So that was the Fire Festival. They're getting sued by everybody.
Yeah.
Keaton and Kimberly Jones, we talked about them in another category. They basically ran up a $57,000 GoFundMe off the finesse video. They had everybody fucking sharing the shit, feeling bad for them. Then GoFundMe got wind of the shit and froze the account, so they're probably not going to get that bread. But good try, guys.
It was had they got the money, that was my pick. Real shit.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you don't like black people and got black people to send you all this money, it just beyond crazy. That Mitch actually wanted to come to talk about that. I'm like, Mitch, we don't got 2 hours for you to just discuss that whole thing. But I understand totally what Mitch was saying, because it's like the outrage just isn't there for black kids when something happens to them. He's like, people saw this young white guy crying and went ape shit. He's like, athletes, let's get him some Jay-Z tickets. Let's bring him to the Vancouver Canucks game and all this shit. And it's just like, y'all don't. He's like, 2 black girls committed suicide
the same week.
Yeah, like it wasn't like that. And I'm like, Mitch got a point. He tell y'all he hate all y'all at the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't like it and shit. Yo, real quick, Mitch's Facebook. Do you have Facebook?
Yes.
I keep it. One of the 3 reasons is because Mitch's videos are that funny. The comments, yo, it'd be one of his videos had like 200,000 comments on it. And I'm talking, yo, he's a superstar on Facebook. I'm not even trying to be, one of his John got like 22 million views. Like, he's insane on Facebook. The videos be so outlandish when he going at white people that white people start defending him because black people be going off. I'm like, this is the craziest shit I've never seen.
Big ass conundrum.
I've never seen anything like it. Mitch Facebook videos are nuts.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's
man.
wild, man. I'm sorry not to go off subject.
Yeah, not to be undone. My pick, my original pick before we added a couple more. Jay-Z's Sprint title deal.
That was a great finesse.
Jay-Z took a company that's lost money since its inception and sold a third of it to Sprint for 260 M's.
Yeah. And then gave everybody title who owns Sprint.
And they gave everybody on Sprint the album for free. Yeah. And then Jay-Z went to the RIAA and said, hey, you know I sold $1 million albums.
Y'all know I'm platinum already.
I'm platinum 4 days ago, right?
And they like, but the shit only got downloaded 84,000 times. He like, no, we ain't even talking about that.
No, Sprint paid.
Yeah.
If you look on page 97 of 286, it says here that Sprint purchased 1 million units at $5 a piece. That went in my pocket. That was for Jay-Z, the artist, not Sean Carter, the businessman. Crown me.
Yeah.
So that was a phenomenal finesse. Not to be undone.
Not to be at all.
On our favorite rap of the year, not the best verse of the year, but our favorite rap of the year, I'll Break a Bitch Like China Did Rob.
Yeah.
Black China on Rob Kardashian. Holy shit.
I want to give it to Jay, again, a legacy award, because Jay low-key been finessing for a while. He did it with the Magna Carta album with the Samsung shit.
He did it with
Kingdom Come with the
Budweiser platinum shit.
Jay-Z been finessing for a while.
Jay's not putting out an album if the budget is not there.
Nah, hell no.
Where is the $27 million budget? I can't even function. I can't even record if we don't got at least 27 to 50 M's for me. I get the shakes if we don't got the 27 to 50. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all expect me to do this shit.
I get the shakes.
You know what I'm saying? Where is the budget at?
Yeah. Yeah,
Jay been fucking up the budget a long time.
Jay almost got him a legacy finesse award.
Yeah.
But Black China's finesse, like, this is how good Black China's finesse was. The only named heir to the Kardashian franchise belongs to Blac Chyna. That's how good of a finesse you pulled off. Yes. The only person in that next generation who's going to carry the Kardashian last name
is her son.
That's how a multi-billion dollar.
Well, daughter rather.
The daughter. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. They got the son. A multi-billion dollar name. You the only one who got that. I don't even understand how that's not finesse of the year.
That's a
finesse of ever.
That's
heavy.
A black woman finessed the white family.
Finessed the white family.
Like, oh, your little sister want to fuck my ex-boyfriend, huh? Watch this.
Watch this. They're gonna make a movie about Blac Chyna in like 60 years.
It's like it's diabolically brilliant. Yeah, give me the fat one.
Rob came and got the ghost back, but that's neither here nor there. Small pennies.
Yeah.
Blac Chyna won,
and we're gonna give it to Blac Chyna, but the final candidate was Uncle Kendu.
Kendu
cheated on Mary J. Blige, then got spousal support.
Yeah, shit, I don't know.
It's lit.
I'm still gonna give it to Blac Chyna, and this is my only reason I'm not giving it to Kendu. Kendu gave up a list of the shit he needed throughout the month. It was $104,000. He got $30,000.
Right. So he didn't come through
Had
with
the judge given him the $104, I'd have get because the shit was ridiculous. He needed like $7,500 for like somebody to fold his laundry. Like the nigga request was insane. Had he got the full $104,000 a month, I'd have given it to Kendu. But no, I gotta go Black China. So
congrats, Angela.
Congrats, Angie. Finesse of our life.
That shit is crazy.
That's a lifetime, real shit.
That's the check that keeps on checking.
A lifetime achievement finesse award for Angela, because that's just gonna be there forever now. Yeah,
absolutely.
Real talk. 20 years from now, she gonna get a lifetime finesse award. How about it? Shit. Yeah, salute to Black China, man. Finesse of the year.
Definitely.
Before we get into these moments and the wrap up, let's go into relationship goals of the year. Y'all love posting y'all relationship goals on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Black Planet, I guess. I don't know, whatever the fuck you on. Y'all love posting celebrities and saying who y'all want to be like and who y'all want to be like. So these are the joints that we've decided to put on the list for relationship goals of the year. Cardi and Offset. You niggas love that.
That hood love.
Hood love. Sierra and Russell Wilson. Diddy and Cassie, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Somebody asked me, was like, Jay-Z and Beyonce, it's like, really, like, they kind of like, they've been there. And I'm like, but they've been there, but the fact that they both made albums about their transgressions and the shit that goes, like, that's an in-depth look that historically private people don't really do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they just had the twins. The fact that they donate and put so much money up into the black community and into all these different little activist situations, the way Jay rep Colin Kaepernick left and right, bailing out Baltimore protesters, it's just like, how the fuck could you not put Jay and Beyonce on there? And then, of course, the super hood love, down south hood love, when you get proposed standing up at a basketball game, Gucci and Keisha Kaur, they got to be on there. Who you got in this? Because I know it don't match mine.
Did we do Sierra and Russell Wilson?
I've said all of them.
Oh, all right, cool.
Can I speak since you're thinking about it?
I'm super thinking about this.
Y'all just heard me speak on Jay-Z and Beyonce. Diddy and Cassie, Cassie's beautiful. Puff is a lunatic.
To look at.
It's like I don't really know anything about their relationship as far as them together. Sierra and Russell Wilson. Sierra is living out a Tyler Perry movie. You know what I'm saying? She was... I'm being serious right now. She is living out a Tyler Perry movie that makes $35 million at the box office. She was in a relationship with a drug-abusing, drug-selling... Womanizer who beat her down and killed her spirits. She met a nice, light-skinned Christian man who taught her how to pray and didn't even want no pussy at first. Loves her and her bastard child. Russell's got 200 M's on the books. Sierra's fucking it up. For me, I don't understand. I didn't see a relationship doper than Russell. They really, really fuck with each other heavy. Yeah. And they seem like they make each other better people. I mean, Jay and Beyonce are Jay and Beyonce. That's Dr. Huxtable and Claire of our fucking time. They them. But if I have a say so in this, my vote is for Sierra and Russell Wilson.
Naturally, I want to vote for Diddy and Cassie because of the OG YB relationship. And it furthers my agenda.
Yeah.
So for that reason alone, I want to vote for them. But Jay-Z and Beyonce have
OG YB.
But Jay-Z and Beyonce have that going on also.
Yeah, true.
And they're actually married.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm inclined to agree with you. Russell Wilson is basically like a beacon for all the cornball brothers out there who achieved and overcame their whackness and their cornball status.
Like academics, look at what you could become.
This can be you if you just stop being a sucker your whole life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like looking at Russell Wilson, it's like, yo, you're the only black man in Nebraska. You're a second round third round pick or whatever as a quarterback. Now you one of the 5 best QBs in the league. You got a $200M contract. You got a bad chick that once upon a time everybody in the game wanted. That's some hell of a shit to overcome, man.
Yeah, real talk.
And then Sierra, all of the points that you named, you had a nigga that was just eating lean out of your ass. Now you got a good God-fearing man that didn't pressure you to have sex. It's lit. You probably ain't got to make no more sex tapes, which I'm sure Future had you making sex tapes all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's lit. So I'm inclined to agree with you and go with Sierra and Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I don't see it any other way. It's like that. It's really like a Tyler Perry movie. The tip
straight
that they're
up.
on. So it's like, yeah, that was my vote, man.
Future in this Tyler Perry movie, Future would be like the dude that they got the deep voice.
Yeah,
The one that
that drive a 300 with rims on it.
Yeah, one that beat up Idris Elba.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Future.
Exactly that boy selling dope out the penthouse in the projects. Oh man! Congratulations, Sierra Russell Wilson. Relationship goals of the year.
Definitely.
The shaking my head moment of 2017. We got a couple topics.
That
for
we
this one.
do. And then we're going to end on a high note.
We won't wrap this up on a high note. We got Kendall's Pepsi commercial, which was absolutely ridiculous. Anybody didn't see it? There was a fucking race war going on, basically civil war going on.
There's a fucking Avengers 5 going on.
And this Nubian White Queen nominee came walking through the crowd and pulled out a Pepsi can and gave it to the other side, and all the war just stopped because they had cold Pepsi. And the internet and Twitter went absolute. Martin Luther King's daughter, granddaughter, posted a picture of that shit of her father, grandfather, Dr. Martin Luther King, on the front line getting like choked up by the cops, and she posted that picture on Twitter. Was like, damn, if only he had a can of Pepsi. And I'm just like, that shit went like viral. Like, it was bad. Another shake of my head moment was the tiki torch. All the white men in khakis and golf shirts went to Lowe's and Home Depot and bought tiki torches and marched on Charlottesville. Of course, a white woman lost her life down there, got ran over by an idiot in a Dodge Challenger.
Yeah, he got like 40-something years.
He just got
prison.
sentenced, yeah.
Fucking idiot.
They dropped all the charges on the black guy. Remember the guy that was getting beat up on camera? I don't even understand why he was fucking charged. Shout out Sean King. They dropped all the charges. They locked up a lot of the guys who assaulted him. But that was a shake in my head moment. Harvey Weinstein, Matt Lauer, Russell Simmons, everybody else who was accused.
L.A. Reid.
Everyone who was accused of sexual misconduct.
Marshall Falk, Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNasty, fucking Warren.
Is that not the best headline of the year?
Said, this is how fucked up Philly is. Donovan McNabb took y'all to 4 NFC championship games. Took y'all to a Super Bowl. 30,000 career pass yards. Throwing the ball to fucking Trash and Stinkston. He deserved more to be called Donovan McNasty on the front of the fucking newspaper. The man deserved more than that. You understand what I'm saying?
Holy shit.
The greatest out of all and I'm not advocating any of the sexual abuse shit. It's all trash. It's all bullshit. They hit Warren Sapp like, yo, you was part of the shit. Warren Sapp like, man, I wasn't fucking with that white bitch. Like, I ain't do that. And they like, but you brought all the women in the office vibrators. And he like, man, I got CTE. That it's like Warren Sapp off the chain.
And he followed it up with, that wasn't about sex. I just thought they was cool.
Yeah.
Look at this shit, little lipstick John. But it's a fucking vibrator. This shit dope.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Fuck you.
The best picture mess up for La La Land and Moonlight at the Oscars. That was ridiculous. The Vegas concert shooting.
Oh man.
What was it? 59 people, I believe, murdered at that. 400, over 500 shot. Worst mass shooting in the history. And to wrap that up, Trump versus everybody, but Trump's tweets and going at it with the NFL and the whole protest that Colin Kaepernick started getting completely skewered into some other shit that had nothing to do with what the fuck was going on. What's your shaking your head moment, man?
Because it's so rampant, I'm gonna have to go with the sexual misconduct shit. Like, my thing is
exactly where I'm at.
Holy shit! Like,
it's ridiculous.
All of y'all?
All of y'all. Yeah, little known fact, y'all don't understand this. Me, Chad, and Rob, we have like one of the greatest group chats on earth.
Ever.
Every goddamn day. Ain't it like every day it's somebody
like,
new
another one
going into the batch. Matt Lauer, Russell Simmons, fucking...
Bruh.
Wasn't it the bull the other day? The Tavis Smiley. It's just like
Tavis
come
Smiley.
on, man. Like, I was explaining to Chad and Roddy the other day. The culture from the late 80s, early 90s, it had to be, because we were all children, so we didn't know about this. There was no social media. Television used to go off. Remember when the Star Spangled Banner used to go? You didn't see this shit the way you see the people who are famous and celebrities now. I'm like, the culture had to be fucked up for this shit to just be normal.
Like, it was normalized. Like, literally everybody's taking pussy. Like, Everybody. They said Matt Lauer had a fucking secret button in his office like Batman. Like, he could lock the door in case somebody tried to leave.
Dwight Goodman, White Goodman on fucking dodgeball. Like, real shit.
Like, are you leaving? No, you're not.
Nah, you ain't the fuck out. What the fuck is you doing?
They had him on his video. Like, yo, keep bending over.
Yeah.
It's a nice view right there.
Yeah.
Deal with you after the show's over.
Crazy.
Like, he just was wilding. Like, he was the king of the castle, apparently.
Yeah.
And just like Russell Simmons hit us with the, oh, no, in my recollection, that didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. Then the next day, he issued a statement the next day. Another chick said, oh, well, do you remember such, 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 such? I resigned from everything.
Yeah, I'm going to step down.
I'm going to step down.
Y'all playing games. Like,
oh, so y'all not going to stop.
Yeah.
So y'all going to keep coming, huh?
I told Chad and Ron, like, the only way for Russell Simmons to get out of this shit is for him to come out and be like, all of this sexual abuse and harassment shit I used to do was because I was eating meat. And that's why I'm a vegan. And that's why I do yoga. And that
I centered myself.
Yeah, that would
I don't take pussy no more.
that would get people on your side. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's no way around it. And the crazy part was Rob was breaking down some astrology shit the other day. I don't really know anything about
the
that.
moon being in retrograde and all that.
And he was saying how that shit's just going to keep happening and it really is getting to the point where it's like every day there's new allegations. Somebody said something. Sylvester Stallone, everybody.
About the Sylvester Stallone shit, that especially pissed me off because I'm like, yo, Sylvester Stallone about 70 years old right now. At the time, that would have mean he was like 40-something years old or whenever this supposedly happened. I shouldn't have to be made to delete Rambo and Rocky out of my filmography because you went looking for Sylvester Stallone to have sex and then you had sex with Sylvester Stallone and shit went a little bit left. Yeah. Like, I shouldn't have to ruin my fucking childhood because you was out here being a fucking thought and then the sex got a little too kinky for you. Yeah. That shit is nut shit.
You know what Ross said the other day that was a very good point? The eye that's on celebrities now. And Rob was saying, like, I don't judge them. He was tweeting about it. Like, I can't judge them because their lives are in a microscope. Imagine if your life was in a microscope.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd be in jail by Tuesday.
And Rob was like, look at just how different the times were to where Tupac went to jail for sodomy. Sodomy is like ass rape.
Yeah.
He had the #1 album in the country while he was in jail for sodomy. He's like, Biggie was a very vicious dude when it came to like the women.
Yeah.
Big Pun was smacking his wife with a Mac 10. Nobody batted an eye because it was the culture. And that's just how fucked up the culture was to where it's like the whole shit with like Dr. Dre. Think about it. Dr. Dre didn't have to start paying for the D Barnes situation until he was about to sell beats. All that success, so like no one like it, all right, whatever. But you about to become a billionaire? Hold up. Didn't you beat a bitch in like 91? You're like, what? Like, you know, like that shit real.
Straight
like
up.
The culture was just not fucking with anything that dealt with the abuse or the belittling or the harassment of women. And to see it now and to realize these guys that we used to look up to when we were children, they not really heroes. Like they was pieces of shit.
Oh, completely.
Real. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's really a shaking my head situation. Every time I see a new name, every time I see a new accusation, I really just be like, damn, dog, you too? Like, you was taking pussy? You was groping bitches in the bathroom? Like, and then you hear the actual stories, and it's like, nigga, like, I work with women. What the fuck would I come in and hand a bitch a vibrator for? Like, that's just stupid.
Hey, I know you about to go on your route. You know what I'm saying? You get a little break in between.
I know you got 30-minute breaks at the mall. You want me to take this joint with you? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Handle that.
Like, no, like, and to think that you was at a point where you thought that was all right, that's bullshit. That's straight up bullshit.
It's crazy.
So, salute to, like, every man on earth from
every man ever.
From 1975 to 1999, you just won a trophy for shaking my head moment of 2017 for the sexual harassment, sexual misconduct, and sexual abuse allegations that are running rampant throughout the entertainment industry, sports industry, every goddamn where it seems like. All right, we got 2 last categories, man. We're going to end this on a high note. All right.
2 dope-ass categories.
2 dope-ass categories, and this is how award shows normally are. You got all your dumb-ass categories, all your silly shit out the way.
You end with a bang.
You end with Song of the Year and then Album of the Year or, some shit like that. We're going to go with the best moment of 2017.
Yes, we are.
2017 was good. We had some great moments in there. Do you have any that you want to add in before I read these off?
No, I think you got it spot on with that.
All right, we have Kobe's. I wrote Kobe's last game. I meant Kobe's jersey retirement.
Dual jersey retirement.
His dual jersey retirement. First person to ever have 2 jerseys retired in the NBA. His number 8, 3 championships, 16,800 points. His 24 jersey, 2 championships, an MVP, and 16,700 points. 3rd all time in scoring, second highest points in the NBA game. The only player to score 40 on every team in the NBA other than the team he played for.
Yeah, he should have won at least one more MVP.
Definitely should have. In my opinion, he should have won 06 for sure.
Yeah, 35.4 points per game.
And the Lakers were horrible, and they made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, Smush Parker and Kwame Brown on the same team at the same time.
My homie was like, how the fuck could you give him an MVP? They were the 6th seed. I'm like, Russell Westbrook just won an MVP. They were the 6th seed. I'm like, he was the most valuable nigga. Right. It's just what it is.
Yeah, you take him off that team, they win 0 games.
Yeah.
He willed them to 45 wins.
Kobe literally got to the point where
when the West was the gauntlet.
Yeah, when the West had the Timberwolves with Garnett, the Spurs with a young Duncan, like that shit with the Suns with fucking Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire, like that shit.
His degree of difficulty was through the roof.
Yeah, and he literally got to the point where he was scoring 40 a night on nights he went to court.
Yeah,
like Kobe, crazy, crazy. I watched the 62 game the other night. We're at 62 in the 3/4. He had 30 in the 3rd. That shit was effortless. They played that, and then they played the game where they closed out the Suns, where he scored the last 16 points. Remember, he hit Alvin Gentry on the ass when he hit the last shot and came running. It's just like, damn, Kobe was fucking crazy. Yeah. So that was one of the best moments. Kobe's dual jersey retirement. Luke's speech at the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Fill me in, because I didn't really watch the BET Hip Hop Awards.
I didn't really watch them either. Luke's speech was so fucking thorough. He got on stage. He got the trophy in his hands, and he said, 35 years in this game, I ain't never been awarded shit. And the whole crowd still like that opening line was just too fire. And they stood up and all started clapping for him. And he said, I started hip hop in the South. He's like, I remember getting on stage, the motherfucking stage wasn't no bigger than a table. Performing for 2 minutes, coming off, and they like, you country niggas don't know nothing about rap. Y'all ain't from New York. Y'all ain't from LA. Y'all country niggas don't know nothing about rap. But we stuck with it because we knew we had a sound that was unlike anything else out there. He's like, when I met Rick Ross, this motherfucker was working at so-and-so. He's like, when I met DJ Khaled, this motherfucker was carrying records in the joint. And he started breaking down Trick Daddy and Trink and every motherfucking thing out there. He was like, they told my wife, he's like, and this is just a testament to what you can be. My wife decided she wanted to go to school because she wanted to negotiate NFL contracts. They said, can't no motherfucking woman do that. He's like, I wanted to start a league for kids in my motherfucking city, in Dade County, in motherfucking Miami, for them to have something to do, an outlet to play sports. Is that in the 3rd? He's like, this Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman was one of the first kids to play in my summer league. Dang. He's like, my wife wanted to do NFL contracts. They told her, can't no black woman do that shit. She handled Devontae Freeman contract. He the number 1 paid running back in the NFL right now. And the crowd he just was talking big, heavy shit. And then he was like, that's why I come here. And they like, yo, who you want to see tonight? You know what I told him? I want to see Cardi B. And Cardi B was sitting in front. He's like, you the reason I came this motherfucker tonight. Because I fucks with your story. You was in a strip club shaking your ass, and now you stand up here with number 1 motherfucking record in the country. That's why the fuck I come here, and that's the reason I love hip hop. And he had that.
Dang.
You gotta watch his speech, though. His speech was.
As soon as I leave out of here, I'm watching.
His speech was thorough as shit. Magic and Isaiah's sit down on NBA TV last week.
Man, allergies was acting up big time.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you, dog. Real talk. I teared up. If you know the story, a lot of y'all might. I'm about to explain it. Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas was best friends. Magic was the man when Isaiah came in the league. Magic had came in, won the championship. Isaiah came in the very next year. Magic and Bird had the 80s pretty much on lock, and the Pistons was like right there.
Yeah.
Isaiah was Magic Youngin at each other's weddings, in each other's weddings. Mark Aguirre too. It was all cool. Isaiah Thomas, basically, he said on the joint, you got to pick one, your friendships or your team. And Magic he's the greatest Laker ever. So Magic chose the Lakers over my friendship when we became rivals in the championship in 1988. First play of the game, Isaiah, like, we come out, we kiss on the cheek because we best friends. First play, Magic elbowed me in the face. I didn't understand the shit. Fuck you do that for? He's like, man, it's war. Go the fuck over there. And he's like, and that put me in such a space where it's like I was hurt. And that just started a rivalry to where they just stopped speaking to each other. Yeah. And then once Magic came out with the HIV shit, Isaiah was questioning his sexuality. I fuck this nigga HIV. I fuck all these bitches. I don't get no... Isaiah started wilding. And they literally stopped talking. They was best friends. They families was connected. Used to go on vacations, all that shit. These niggas didn't talk for 20 years. Isaiah even did an interview in 2009 where they asked him about the Magic situation. Like, how's your relationship with Magic? He was like, Magic said we ain't got one. So, fuck him. And that's just where they was.
Right.
NBA TV called these dudes, said, yo, we want y'all to sit down and just relive. You ain't even got to be an older dude to just sit, to feel the energy between them when they was talking about coming up. Coming from college, coming to the league, becoming successful. Isaiah, like, man, I still remember the day you pulled up in the gold Benz, and it's like, damn, Magic got to go over. Like, it was just dope to see. And then at the end of it, Magic straight got choked up and said, I'm sorry if I hurt you. We should have never went through that. My wife, my mother, my father, they all said we need to be back together. And Isaiah broke down crying, and they fell in each other. And I'm just like, that, because they real friends.
Yeah.
And to see black men be able to sit on national television and do that in front of other people, that's the shit you need to see more of when it comes to black men. Not afraid to be, hugging, crying, like, because we too much bravado.
Too much hyper masculinity.
That shit was just a fly ass situation to see. So I definitely had to put that on there. Swiss versus Just, the beat battle. That went down on Instagram Live.
Went viral. Shut fucking Insta. That's what really put Instagram Live on the map.
That had to be up there. Eminem's BET Awards cipher.
Man.
Somebody hit me and was like, put that. I'm like, I'll put it on there. For me, it wasn't like a great moment, but I understand.
I was watching it like, this sucks. And I'm an Eminem fan. I'm watching that shit like, this is bad.
I was, when my homies was all hype about it, and I put it on, and I'm like, I'm waiting for the hot part.
Ball up a fist.
Yeah.
Keep that shit ball. Like Donald the bitch. I said, I'm turning this off. Had enough of this.
Chad tripping, man.
What's next? Donald Duck. Like, I had enough of this. Cutting this off.
Donald Glover shouts out the Migos at the Golden Globes. Phenomenal moment.
Phenomenal. Put the hottest song in the country right in the face of white people everywhere.
And then Jimmy Kimmel's healthcare rants that he was doing on the show. Did you watch those?
Yeah.
They were phenomenal because he was crying, talking about his son. And I don't know if you know, but that the Congress voted against CHIP yesterday.
Yeah, cut funding for CHIP.
It's just insane to think that you got Canada that has free healthcare
for everybody,
for everyone, and here we are in America where CHIP didn't necessarily affect me or my sisters as kids because my mother worked for the school district, my dad worked for the post office. Right. We had good healthcare, and then even me now with SEPTA, my girl being a flight attendant, we got good healthcare. But there are so many people that we know that you don't even realize that are affected by that because what CHIP isn't free healthcare for you not being employed. It's for when you work a job and your job doesn't have adequate healthcare to balance what you need for a child. Because children's healthcare can get insane because they need special things. They need different type work. So CHIP basically steps in and balances that out. For them to cut funding, never mind the fact that y'all cut funding for Meals on Wheels and shit like that. All right, whatever.
The GI Bill.
And the GI Bill. It's insane.
The fucking GI housing bill.
It's nuts. The fact that y'all can cut funding for a child healthcare insurance program is like, what we doing? All this while the super wealthy get tax breaks. Yeah. And I tried to explain to my homie the other day, America is built off of people think it's built off of liberty and all this bullshit. No.
Rich and poor.
America is built off rich and poor. America is built off the 1% having 99% of the wealth. If that ever stops, this whole shit gonna fall apart because they ain't gonna know how to function.
Yeah, 'cause
I can't buy an $83 million house in the Hamptons. What the fuck? No, that shit's gonna fall apart.
Yeah. If you adequately disperse the wealth, then you can't keep people in check.
You can't.
You can't give people aspirational goals to attain to by showing them, hey, if you work hard, you can have this. When in reality, you ain't going to never have that shit because your grandfather fucking shot 10 Chinese guys in the head and took their business 90-something years ago, and that's why you have what you have, because you have generational wealth.
Exactly.
Because of the war crimes and the fucking murders and shit that your uncles and great grandfathers put in place 70 fucking years ago. That's why you are who you are. What's going to change the world is technology.
Exactly.
And the fact that so many young people are getting mega rich overnight by technological advances. That's how it's slowly starting to balance it out.
You had a great John last week in the group chat. You was like, yo, America's stupid as shit.
Oh, yeah.
When you look around the world, I'm like, yo, that shit is real, dog.
Yeah, we're
like,
dumb.
We are morons when it comes to a lot of
We're
different
a
little things.
land of D+ C- students, period. Always have been. So it's like, when you look at all the advances in medicine and healthcare and community relations and shit like that are going on in the Middle East, in India, in China, shit like that. Like the cancer research and all of that shit that them doctors is coming from. Fox Chase Cancer Center, their top research doctors come from India and China and Japan.
Watching the Joe, the boy was like, we're not number one in science. We're not number one in dentistry. We're not number one in technology. We're not number one in computer literature. We're not number one in, the only thing we're number one is defense spending. We spend more than the next 24 countries behind us. 23 of them are allies. I'm like, yeah, that's real shit. Like, that's he's like, we lead the world in three things: defense spending, people who believe that ghosts are real, and some other category. And I'm just like, yo, that shit is the truth. Like, so Jimmy Kimmel's healthcare rants were fun. If anybody listening, you get a chance, go Google them. They were fucking phenomenal. What's your take for best moment of the year?
You just hit me to some shit with the Luke Jones. But
I really liked it because it was just to see him come on stage, and when he said it, I thought about it. I've never seen Luke on a stage for an award ever. And he got the trophy in his hands, like 35 years in this game. I ain't never been awarded shit. And I was just like, oh, this is about to be real.
Right. This is about to be good.
Yeah, this just about to be thorough. So it was dope. I'm not taking that, but I had to nominate because that shit was really dope.
And I really want to really look at that and, view that or whatever. But the Magic and Isaiah, John, just to set that example as black men, that it's okay to talk your problems out, to face your adversity, to talk to somebody that you wronged and tell them, I was wrong.
Tell them face to face.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Not, oh man, fuck that nigga. He's somebody that you really care about, and be vulnerable and express yourself and have a sincere, sensitive moment because you really love this other person as your brother. We need more of that, and not the hyper masculinity and, oh, fuck that nigga, I'ma shoot that nigga, and taking from people that fucking look out for you and all that shit. Like, we need more of that. So for me, that's just a landmark moment in the history of black men, because we're literally taught to hate one another by history, by the people that come
our
up,
community,
fuck them niggas.
Our
They ain't getting as
culture,
much money as us. Them bitch ass niggas.
teaches us to do that
or I'm a blood, he's a crip. Or I'm a GD, he's a BD. Like, we're taught to hate one another by so many different
I drive a 17, he drive a 48.
So many different influences and social constructs that teach us to hate each other. So to see two super successful,
super rich
black men come together and say, I'm sorry. Man, I'm sorry. I apologize. And put their problems and their pride aside. I've been talking to people this week, and I keep telling people, pride is a fucking sin for a reason. Yeah. That shit is dangerous. Yeah. And people need to know that being overly prideful will fuck you in the long run. I guarantee you, both of them guys wish that they would have talked to each other 20 years sooner.
I didn't even realize that they was doing business and everything together. Magic was because Magic was like, you see NBA players now, LeBron, and you see Michael Jordan and Kobe and Shaq becoming entities outside of the arena of basketball. We were doing that in the 80s.
Yeah.
Only thing is we didn't have social media. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have, all of these things, this 24-hour news where it was just on you all the time. But he was like, me and Isaiah were starting things. Remember, he's like, you remember our first business? He was like, yeah, we bought the, I can't remember what it was they bought, but he was like, yeah, we did that, flip that, boom, boom, boom. He's like, we was the first dudes buying property outside of the country. Right. He's like, you remember when we did this and we bought it? And it's just like, I didn't even know that they were doing all that. He was like, yeah, this was 86 and 88 because it wasn't shown. It just went out to me. He was like, we was on that before any of these dudes standing up, being out there at Dr. Martin Luther King's gravesite and all. He's like, but it wasn't shown. It wasn't, broadcast. It wasn't
documented
the way it is now. But he was like, we had been on this, and I'm saying, yeah, Magic don't become a billionaire not being on this shit forever. And Isaiah super like, I didn't even realize Isaiah straight designed NBA locker rooms. Like the way NBA locker rooms are now, he designed that. Like, it's just like crazy shit that you don't even think about till you really sit down and watch it. For me, I had y'all don't really understand. I told Chad I wanted to do this awards thing like 2 months ago, probably. Right. I was like, that's how we should wrap up the year. My best moment up until that Magic shit was the Swiss Beats and Just Blaze battle on IG Live. It made everybody fans for the evening, and because it was my joint, I'm going to give it props real quick for what it was. The shit was all that. I watched celebrities, Puff, Snoop, Meek, everybody in those comments on them. It didn't matter if you was watching Just Blaze Just Blaze IG Live, or a Swiss IG Live. That was just a great night, great moment in hip-hop. To see two legends not get paid for this, just show up, battle, and you watching Busta Rhymes and Cassidy and everybody in the background just go berserk. That was a great moment.
Yeah.
But everything you just said is why Magic and Isaiah sit down. It was beautiful. I've been telling people all week, please go watch that joint. Watch it from beginning to end.
Right.
Fuck the clip that's showing on the internet. Go watch that shit from beginning to end so you really can get an understanding of who them. That was Little Brother and Big Brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, I want to see Shaq and Kobe sit down and be able to do that. You know, because it's a lot of them joints that just happen out there in the world that should happen. You know what I mean? Magic and Isaiah, without a doubt, was best moment of 2017.
Definitely.
It was just so positive. It was so enlightening. Everything about it was beautiful, and nothing but respect for that. Let's give it like Magic and Isaiah. That shit was all that. So that's definitely best moment of the year for 2017. We got one last category. Who had the best 2017? Compiling all their accomplishments, all of their
from
things
beginning to end
for the year. Go ahead, give them the run.
All right, first candidate, we got Cardi B. Cardi B literally about a year and a half ago said, I'm not dancing no more. I'm doing music. I'm doing hostings. I'm changing my motherfucking life. And she literally started off the year basically as a mixtape rapper, any run-of-the-mill mixtape rapper, and literally transformed that and using her internet following from just putting these dope, quirky, motivational videos up and parlayed that into 30, 40K a night bookings, number one record in the country for the longest period for a female soloist ever. And a dope relationship on all the top shows of the year, all the powerhouses, Hot 97, Summer Jam. Like,
let's talk about all the fashion designers she's modeling for and all of the magazine covers that she's on. You know, like Cardi B's run this year. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of thought after Bodak Yellow, I'm like, she's not gonna be able to get back on radio. To hear her on No Limit, she sounds phenomenal on that joint. It's just like that motorsport. Like, she's really become a real live artist.
Yes.
So Cardi B, without a shadow of a doubt, has to be nominated.
Definitely. Second, Uncle LeVar. He basically went from the loudmouth dad that from Nowheresville that nobody knew to predicting that Lonzo would go to the Lakers to having to pull both of his sons out of school. no, I got them. I'm gonna do da 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 da. Put them in pro basketball in Lithuania. He's raised the value of Big Baller Brand exponentially to the point where President Trump was beefing with him and calling him out by name on social media. Yeah. That's crazy.
Crazy. The president.
He's now, for his latest trick, he's found a void in the professional basketball system and said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start my own league with funding from here. I'm going to start my own league, my own developmental league that gives players the option to come play for me and make $3 to $10K a month instead of going to college and letting them exploit you and making motherfucking nothing. And you can come play for me, and then that'll serve as your 1 year removed from high school, and then you can go pro.
Yeah, the Junior Basketball League. The logo is Lonzo. I said, this guy's the fucking greatest. If you don't like LeVar, I don't know what to tell you, dog. This man really is trying to start his own league.
He's trying to start a revolution.
The other night when he tweeted to John about his son's jerseys being retired in L.A., and he was like, you got to dream it into existence. You got to speak it into existence. And I'm just like, how do y'all not like this dude pushing for his kids like this? This shit is amazing, dog. Yeah. So it's like, LeVar, the whole Big Baller Brand, their 2017 was insane.
Third, we got Gucci Mane. Gucci got out of jail summer 2016. He came out slim, trim, in shape. A whole different Gucci. Went from rocking a low cut to rocking a curly top. Yeah. He got right out, started in 2016, immediately putting albums out. So far, 2017, I think he's put out like 4 or 5 different albums. He signed Rallo. He signed Hood Rich Pablo Juan. He's a part of he's like a silent partner at QC, the label, as far as the Migos deal and all of that shit. He got married. He got his probation final 2 years of his probation terminated, clipped.
He got $1 million for the marriage.
Got $1 million for the marriage, John, and he's literally a magnet for money. And it's just like people everywhere have now, the mainstream has caught up to the underground following and success that Gucci has had for a long time. And he's literally, to have another horrible Instagram quote, he's literally living his best life. Clean, sober, got a beautiful, supportive wife that held him down through his bid, all his business stuff that's going on, and he's just having a fantastic year. Number 4, Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin, for those of you who still are living under a rock.
Yeah, big rock.
Is a cryptocurrency created January 3rd, 2009, and it's basically like kind of looking at like the days of old. Like the basis of Bitcoin is basically like money is whatever we say it is. So if we can find a system that backs the currency, then it's money. Exactly. So Bitcoin is basically based off a peer-to-peer network, interlocking computers that constantly keep the supply chain moving, and that's how the Bitcoins are produced.
I was watching a joint the other day. You know the name that it's like a Japanese name. I can't think of it right now. That they said is the founder of Bitcoin.
Yeah, that trademarked the name and all that.
They found the guy, and it wasn't him, but it's his name.
Okay.
But they like came to his house, all these reporters and shit in Japan. They're like, you're the owner of Bitcoin. Right. And he like, y'all don't see this fucking house? I don't own no fucking Bitcoin. He was pissed. I'm like, yo, they really showed up at his crib. Right. He like, nah, dog, y'all got the wrong dude. But yeah,
so in 2017, Bitcoin has literally gone from roughly $500, $600, $700 a share.
So it hit 18.8 last week.
It hit 19 the other day.
I didn't see that. It was at 18.8.
It hit over 19 the other day. I'm just waiting on it to hit over 20. And they're now saying, the same financial analysts who were saying it was going to top out at 7,200 was the breaking point. Like at 7,200, pull the fucking escape hatch and get out.
They saying that shit might go to $500,000. Yeah, I saw $500,000 the other day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a report a few weeks ago before it cracked 18 that said $40,000. Now they're saying $500,000. They're like, literally, we don't know where the fuck this shit can go. They're roughly at a 14 million unit market cap right now. They can go up to 21, and the demand is literally not going anywhere. It's going up.
Real quick, since we're talking about best moment of the year, who had the best 2017 of the year? Real quick, is only one nominee. Who had the worst 2017 of the year? Darren McFadden gave $3 million to a financial investor. The financial investor in 2011 told him that I'm going to invest this money into a thing called cryptocurrency. He didn't invest the money. He stole the money and put it in his pocket. Had the financial investor invested the $3 million that Darren McFadden gave him, Darren McFadden's investment would be worth $237 million right now.
Like, it's insane. And I just want to make a point.
I'm not saying that you're supposed to kill people.
But I understand.
But I get it if that, like, it's just no way around it.
My point to this is you have to have huge platinum diamond encrusted balls.
You got to have a lot of moxie.
To not just to pocket the $3 million, but to not even like pretend to. Yeah. You didn't even say, I'm going to take one and invest the two.
Yeah.
To where it's like, hey, man, I don't got 237, but I got 196 for you. Like, you didn't do shit.
Here go the crazy part is if you invest the $3 million, 237. If you get 5% off of that, you up 11 almost.
You win in the long run.
It just doesn't even make sense.
And it's not even a fucking long run. It's 6 fucking years.
Crazy, right?
You're a financial advisor.
I don't see how Darren McFadden is sleeping right now. I read that shit the other day, and then I saw on
What
Instagram.
are you supposed to do knowing that somebody owes you $237 million?
Crazy, right? For a $3 million investment.
What are you supposed to do?
And this is the crazy part where I understand solely what LeVar Ball is talking about with wanting to start a junior basketball league where he was talking about having them kids get financial advising classes and shit like shit they should get. You go into the league, you're going to the NBA, you probably don't need American history. You probably don't need it. But to understand finances and understand where you putting your money, watching that 30 for 30 broke was one of the most heartbreaking shits ever. To see just how they throw money at all these little different situations and have no clear understanding. It's like, you've never had a restaurant in your life. Why do you want a restaurant that seats 500 people? You don't know how to, you never had a fucking hot dog stand. Why do you want to do this? But to see the fact that, like that, Michael Vick, Vince Carter, it's so many names that got burnt from they fucking financial advisors. To see a financial advisor in this is in this day and era,
right?
Like with cryptocurrency, where you could have invested this money and made this man $250 million, and now he just out
exponential wealth. Like, I can't sue you. You don't have the $250 million. Even if I get some type of severance, I'm gonna bankrupt your business. You're gonna file bankruptcy. You're gonna not have the money, and then you're gonna be paying me $30,000 a month or some stupid ass shit like that. But I want my 237.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, it's just crazy, and it's just like when you get to that level of wealth, it's kind of like with like people who house flippers. With contractors, the same people that are competing for your business are competing to rob you. Yeah. So these same financial advisors that are competing to manage your money, and I'm going to give you an 11% return and this and that, they're really competing to rob you. And in this case, literally rob you. Hey, did you wire the $3 million yet? Okay, cool. I'm going to Bora Bora.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you,
so yeah,
motherfucker.
Darren McFadden definitely had the worst 2017.
Hands down.
We got 2 more on these who had the best 2017.
Colin Kaepernick, freedom fighter. He literally paid.
He won GQ Citizen of the Year.
He paid for his beliefs with his career. We haven't seen that in 40 years.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that since the 60s.
Yeah.
Somebody that's literally...
Ali was ready to go to jail as the champ. That's the only other one I can think of that's close to that.
And it's just, it's applaudable, it's commendable, it's...
My thing is to see him now get the $1 million book deal.
Yeah.
Get all this exposure. Get GQ Citizen of the Year. Get all these different little things. It's just like, damn, people are really seeing it. To see, granted, he wasn't even on the team, but to see Malcolm Jenkins and them get $100 million from the NFL for, you know, putting the money into all these little different situations. Like, all right, people are waking up. People are starting to see what Colin Kaepernick was standing up for and what he ultimately got sat down for. Right. So I think he deserved a nomination for that.
Definitely.
And then,
not to be undone,
last but not least,
there has to be a dark horse.
There has to be.
There has to be a dark horse.
There has to be a 5,000 to 1 in the race. No way around it, baby.
Our guy,
YDN King,
formerly D Block Deuce.
Yeah.
From Deuce MX to Deuce EO, Mr. Affiliated Films, our guy Deuce.
Yeah, man, Deuce had to get the mention, man.
Phenomenal year, man.
To see Deuce become I'm talking about multiple situations going on with filming videos,
photography,
weddings, every goddamn thing. Like, Deuce has become a real live photographer.
Yes.
It's been dope.
He's a staple of the Philadelphia hip-hop scene.
Yeah. At every
doing
concert,
photos,
doing everything.
events, all types of shit.
Yeah.
Definitely, he glowed up big time.
Got to give a shout out.
And we had to
Deuce
give
for
our
that.
guy a shout out. I mean,
Who do you got on this list? Who had the best 2017?
as much.
Because I know who I'm taking.
As much.
We're giving out 2 trophies for this one. There's no way around. I know who I'm taking.
As much as I would like to vote for Bitcoin because it's phenomenal and I'm an investor, I got to give it to Colin Kaepernick.
Got to give it to Kaepernick?
I got to give it to Colin Kaepernick. And if we're giving out 2 trophies, my man Deuce.
Oh, we're giving out 3 trophies.
Oh,
Okay.
So who's the third?
I want to give one to Deuce. I want to because I physically know Deuce. That's my man.
Yes.
I want to. LeVar Ball took over the world in a T-shirt and sweatpants. What am I wearing right now?
T-shirt, sweatpants.
I got that's just thorough as shit to me. He took over the planet in sweats. I've never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
He ain't put on a suit yet. And when he do, it's a goofy suit. He's like being smart.
It's like a maitre d' suit.
Yeah. He came there with a big baller brand tie. To the one LeVar Ball has really made himself a household name. His sons are household names.
Definitely.
He just bought a 16,000 square foot mansion in Chino Hills.
They started Facebook TV with
They're
the
on,
Ball family.
They're on their 2nd season already of Ball in the Family. Lonzo has 35 mil guaranteed. LaMelo has a Lambo. Like, his son...
Jello has a Ferrari.
Jello got a Rari. He'd be taking glasses and shit, but whatever. Like, Jello got out of the situation in China. And then on national TV, straight told Trump, man, kiss my ass.
He said, man, you was there anyway, man.
You
Fuck
was
outta here.
already there. You ain't go there to get them
This ain't nothing to do with us.
talking about. It's big baller, baby. Like, I gotta go with LeVar Ball. So we're giving out 3.
Hey, man, in this category, truly speaking, nobody's a loser.
A loser.
But we giving out 3 trophies.
We giving out 3 trophies, man. LeVar, Colin Kaepernick,
And Deuce.
Deuce. They deserve it. You know what? I'm giving a trophy to every goddamn body because Cardi deserve it, Gucci deserve it,
Yeah.
and Bitcoin. How could you not fuck with some shit that started out as 46 cents a share that
Penny
might reach
started out as a damn penny-
$500,000? You
damn
know what's
penny
crazy? The boy was saying the other day, Kyle Hurry was like, the Darren McFadden shit, if it goes to $500,000 a share, his $3 million investment will be worth about close to $900 million. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking scary. Like, that might be $1 billion. Like the bull who turned down 10% of Nike.
Yeah.
In 1979, they offered a college player 10% of Nike or $100,000 to be the spokesperson.
Man, give me the $100,000, man.
He took the $100,000 because, of course, it's 1979 and it was Nike. Nike wasn't shit. Had he took the 10%, Nike's worth $90 billion. He'd be worth
$9 billion.
$9 billion. It'd be like $9.12 billion.
You gotta believe, man.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
You gotta believe, man.
So that's honestly how I'm ending it. Yo, Cardi B, LeVar Ball, Gucci, Bitcoin, Colin Kaepernick, and Deuce all getting trophies.
Everybody
for who
getting
had
a trophy,
the best
man.
2017. They all deserved it. They all earned it. Let's give it up for our nominees and our award winners. 2017 is coming to a close. This is our last show for
Of
the year.
2017.
We're gonna be here at this new studio. Hopefully, we get into the big boy,
to the A room.
to the A room.
We need a G room right now.
I know when we bring celebrities and people through, we gonna be in the A room,
Right.
Because that's just a real nice setup.
Yeah.
But we got this new studio over here in Jersey. We got a new network. We're gonna be a part of. Our old network is merging with the new network. So it's gonna be a dope situation. Christmas is coming up. Then we got New Year's. We won't be here. We'll be here. The New Year's Day is Monday.
Monday.
We'll be here that Thursday, hopefully. So that's January 4th will be our next show. January 3rd, whatever.
Somewhere around there.
It'll be our next show.
Hopefully, we'll have our special guests.
Hopefully we didn't.
Hopefully.
I didn't want to put it out there yet. Yes,
I ain't gonna say who.
Yeah, me neither.
But we hope our special guests.
And
But if we get the special guests, we gonna break the internet.
We had them today.
We had 'em
but
today.
we just couldn't record in the other studio, and it just didn't make sense because we was on
Threw it
opposite
off.
ends of the
Yeah,
earth.
yeah.
So, but 2017 is a wrap, man. We going into 18, trying to be more positive. We trying to eat better. We trying to make more money. I'm trying to win me a fucking World Series bracelet, dead ass. I'm trying to win one.
Right.
I'm in a good space, man. Like we just in a real good space, man.
Definitely.
Shout out to Pastor Carl. Shout out Love.
Shout out Kendall.
Kendall. Shout out to Mitch.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Clint Coley, Spank.
Clint, I found out Clint, man. He posted the other day. He just found out he had diabetes.
Damn.
So it's like, we gotta take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Clint was saying that, like, we just gotta watch what we eat to, just do things. And I know I'm at risk for it because people in my family got the shit.
Right.
So it's just like, yeah, we gotta just wake up and be better. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kurt. Shout out to Deuce. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Spank with his goofy ass. Who else did we have on there this year?
Ra.
We found Ra.
We found Ra.
It's one of my favorite episodes.
Yep.
Rob was actually just texting me. LeBron went off and shit. I'm drawing a blank right now. I just know it's more people I'm just forgetting about.
If we forgot you, we didn't mean to.
Yeah, I definitely didn't mean to.
Shout out to all the listeners and all the supporters,
all
man.
of y'all, man.
Everywhere in the world, man. Like, y'all literally, like, y'all be
all over this country.
refocusing us.
Shout out to the DMV.
Crazy.
Because I get a lot of love from them down there, man. Shout out to the DMV.
Shout out my man Stone Marley. He's a big advocate of the show. He just be like, and my man Mo Jizzle, he like, yo, y'all niggas funny as shit. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. All of the supporters everywhere. We still got to get Rich on the show. Philly, you're welcome whenever you come to the city, man.
Rich be playing games, man.
He be like, yeah, I'm coming to the city. Then you hit him, oh, yeah, no, I was here, but I was at a cook-off. I didn't make it.
Shout out Mir Fontaine.
Shout out Veely.
Yeah. Oh, I knew we was forgetting somebody. Dope shows, baby. Mir and stuff. Like, how could we forget them?
Dope Show's got a show coming up January 13th with PNB. Is it 13th or 14th? I don't want to get it wrong. Hold on. Let me get it right. Let me get it together. Yes, January 13th at the Fillmore. PNB Rock. Tickets right now about 55% sold out. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets to go to that show. Any openers that is interested in being a part of the show, you can hit me up directly. I can plug y'all in. I am the plug to get you on that show if you're good, only if you're good. I got my next big event Saturday, January 6th. I got Chino from Dream Chasers MMG birthday party at Vanity Grand. My new situation every weekend is V Lounge at the Vanity Grand Complex. We got a whole separate lounge. We got $100,000 build out on this lounge. This shit is beautiful. We got drink specials, bottle specials, all that every Friday and Saturday, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Ladies free before 12. So I'm catering to the ladies, something that doesn't go on nowhere in Philadelphia. I'm trying to create that vibe and cater to the ladies. Ladies free before 12, Friday and Saturday. And every Saturday night, we doing a premium open bar for 1 hour free of charge. So you get in free, your open bar is free, cheap drinks, cheap bottles, and it's going to be a dope-ass time.
That's what's
and
up.
I'm having all the top DJs from Philly and beyond come through on the weekends and spin and just try to create like a dope vibe, atmosphere for people to come out, that's age appropriate.
Yeah, Chad's at the V Lounge. Go see him there. I'll be in the poker room. Don't come see me there.
Do not
run
up
come
on me in
at
the
poker room. I will call security. One last shout out. I forgot one of our guests, Scooter. Shout him out.
Yo, Scooter, little do you know, we hated you all year because your show, for whatever reason, did not register. People were not listening to it. And now it's become a cult classic and everybody's listening to it.
It's like one of our biggest download shows.
I guess it's probably because we took so much time off. People were just going back finding shit to listen to. And they was like, oh shit, let's check out this Scooter's World, Joe. And the shit has really blown up. It's like one of our top 5 most listened to episodes now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Even the garbage can gets a steak, man. You never know.
Hey, man, listen. Happy New Year to all our listeners.
Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah.
All that, man. Don't drink and drive on New Year's.
Please do not drink. Uber and Lyft exist for a reason. And if you live in certain markets, Movin is the black-owned Uber and Lyft. Movin, Moovn. If you live in certain markets.
Did you know that Nas owns, like, parts of
everything?
Uber,
everything.
Lyft.
Everything.
Every guy. I didn't know that.
Twitter.
Everything.
Instagram. Everything.
What the hell?
Stout said, he said, no, he got in on everything.
Everything.
He said he got in early on everything.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, Nas is filthy rich.
Yeah. But we out. Realest podcast ever.
We love y'all, man. We appreciate the fanfare.
It's been a
great
great year.
1 year anniversary is coming up, man.
1 year anniversary is January 17th.
Yes.
downloaded in all these countries, all these downloads. Migos for President episode got like 300,000. I think it's like 400,000 downloads now. Like, you know, we appreciate you, man. All the listeners across the country, across the world. I got a DM the other day from somebody in Belgium. I'm like, oh, what's up? He's like, yeah, man, listen to your show. This show's all that. I'm
Holy
like,
shit.
that's what's up, man. Appreciate it. So, yeah, that's definitely what's up. We out of here. We be back after the new year.
Absolutely.
Cool. Peace.